Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Spitballing. I'm Matt Taylor here with my good buddy.
Kyle Amundsen.
And we got a really fun show for you guys today. It is New Year's Day. We now have 20/20 vision, apparently. Well, not Kyle, or me, actually. We don't have any good vision. But so today the idea is that we're going to go through some of the clips that we kind of liked through 2019. Picked out a few of them, and we're gonna show those to you. So, but it's not just like a review show. I mean, it's not like we're taking the day off, and so you can just skip it. Because some of these things are, I don't know. I think they're worth taking another look at, even if you've already seen the episode.
Yeah, and I mean, if you feel like we go on too long with our 3-hour episodes and shit like that, well, here's some bite-sized chunks for you, short attention span motherfuckers.
And we promise the show will be no more than 5.5 hours.
Yeah.
So. How was your holiday though?
It was good. Busy, very busy at the bar.
Yeah.
Another big local bar in the area that kind of does similar things to what we do.
Right.
They had some roof issues after the storm that we had. So we got a lot of their overflow, well, not their overflow, like a lot of the people that had planned on going there. So we were busy as shit, way more busy than we had first anticipated. And but it was a good time. It was great. I super love New Year's. I was thinking about it this morning. The goodwill and the hugs and all the love and stuff,
Yeah.
it was a good time. It was a great time.
Well, the last time we got together, we were talking to PJ at 218, and that was like the day before Christmas, right? Or it was the day before Christmas Eve. Yeah.
Yes.
So, how was your Christmas Eve, Christmas Day? What'd you guys do?
Christmas was fantastic. I violated the shit out of my diet over and over again. Ham is my favorite thing.
I saw your post. Was it your post? Where it was like, about like, like the Last Supper. Did you see it? Was that you? Or maybe it just reminded me of you. It was like a picture of the Last Supper, and there was like a little blurb, and it said, "Hey, aren't you on a diet?" And the other person was saying,
"Oh, that right? Aren't you?" Yeah, I just posted that today. That thing.
Yeah.
Are you on a diet? Maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe go fuck yourself.
Right. I thought that's pretty funny.
It's the holidays.
It's the holidays. It is tough. But now it's the new year, so you're gonna take care of the body, right?
Yeah, I gotta buckle down and get a little healthier so my doctor stops saying mean shit to me.
Yeah.
I mean, basically he's just reading lab results and saying like mean things to me, but it's nothing personal.
Have you ever seen this show Silicon Valley?
Yes, I've seen a couple seasons. I really enjoy that show, but I kind of stopped. I don't know. A lot of comedies, I lose interest in comedies fast.
So
unless it's
me too.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I don't know what that is.
Sandberg, Terry Crews. It's
I'm
the
gonna have to check that out.
Funniest show.
I only watched a couple of seasons of Silicon Valley as well, and it was kind of for the same reason. Like as a comedy, I wasn't with anybody. I kind of lost interest. Can't watch them alone. But his doctor in that, it was so funny. He'd always walk in, and the doctor was just so like positive, but being completely an asshole. And I don't know. It's pretty funny. I'll try to find a clip. I'll find a clip and I'll attach it. I'll put it on the Facebook or on the Spitballing site. So you got together with the family and all that for the holidays?
Yeah. It was good. Even like my parents and stuff, like my family's thing was on Sunday, and travel was
a little sketchy.
Yeah. So so we waited a little bit. We just kind of pushed that back a bit, and everything worked out great.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a wonderful holiday season.
Well, I'm going to say something that I don't think I've ever said, but I had a really good Christmas.
Excellent.
Yeah. So Christmas Eve was a blast. Meta's family got together here at Meta's house, at the house here, and we just had a fucking fantastic time. We did Christmas karaoke. I broke out all the spitballing equipment, brought it upstairs, and did a karaoke thing, and I don't know how I ended up emceeing it. It just happened. It was very organic, And so I got everybody to get up and sing at least one song, and it was really fun, except for Amy, Clint's lovely,
Yes.
significant. She was like, "I will gut you." She was like, she would have none of it, and she's very pregnant, and I was just like, I'm not going to get killed by a pregnant woman.
No.
Right now.
Yeah, they're a fun bunch.
Super fun.
I don't get to hang out with Clinton enough. I enjoy him. One of these days we got to get him on the show.
Yeah, and I know Clinton fairly well, but I've really only known him at the bar, and I like him, but it's a different thing when you're hanging out and like really talking, and it was a blast. And then
Ella, I don't ever get to see Ella.
Fucking Ella is cool as shit. Yeah.
I've proposed to Ella like 3 times. I mean, I'm married now, so I should stop that. But
you should probably stop. She, I don't want to embarrass her, but fuck it. She did a really, she did. Do you like pina colada? For her karaoke, and with some dancing and everything, and it was super fun. And then they have this. They do a kind of a dice game, so everybody brings gifts and throws them in the middle, and then you roll dice and get them, which a lot of families do. But their family's like. Pretty competitive, and it was super fucking fun, and it was really cool because at first you're rolling and then you gather up these presents, and then afterward there's a round where people get to steal all your shit.
Yeah.
And I had like a fucking, I was like a dragon sitting on its pile of jewels before the second round, and I left with the only thing I really wanted, and it was this thing right here.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys can see this here. I'm going to try to hold it right up to the camera. This is an official Trump troll made by the people who actually make the trolls, and he is fucking amazing. And I almost had to fight Meta's aunt over it. And I had enlisted the help of Meta's middle daughter, and Madeline, and I was like, whatever, let everything else go, but get me that fucking troll. So anyway, yeah, it was very awesome. And I can't believe it. I actually had a wonderful Christmas, which was very, very, very cool.
Excellent.
And then Christmas Day, I didn't do shit.
Hey, that's awesome too.
Which was awesome. Yeah, we got up and the family came over and they, we had a little brunch and stuff, but coffee and then I watched The Expanse.
Nice.
The entire Expanse.
Yes.
Yeah, I did one of those. I almost never have time to do it. I
love that show.
But I went all the way through, and man, that show was fucking great.
It's so good. It's
Very
just so
good.
damn good.
Yeah, we had kind of a little group chat going with Dr. Sam.
Gibbons, yeah.
He had some disappointments. He said,
Well,
but
yeah, because the whole thing is season 1 wasn't spectacular. It was good. It was good enough to keep
I think
watching.
it was great, but it was.
But I mean, basically, looking back, it set up seasons 2 and 3, which to me, seasons 2 and 3 were fucking amazing. Just so fun, so good. Those are my favorite seasons, especially 3. And then season 4. In season 4, they had to set up a whole bunch more stuff.
Yeah,
it was
we
still
don't want to
great.
spoil it, but they now are in this new universe essentially. So there's a lot to set up.
Yeah, there's
But
they
I
have some
thought they
options.
did a great job.
But it's a fucking great show. And in season 4, I know a lot. I've heard other people say that they were disappointed, but a lot of people I've heard people also say that it's the best season. But it's a setup season. I've watched of course me being I watched YouTube videos about shows and stuff like that because I have a problem. But it was still as far as a standalone, great. But awesome, set up a bunch of stuff really well. There was a couple of different storylines. A lot of the characters didn't fucking connect as much as on season 3, which was the magic about season 3. But yeah, it's I'm so excited for season 5, which is already a thing that's been picked up.
As I said before, I've read all the books. Now I actually didn't start reading the books until I was already in season 2, and then I started reading the books, and then I caught up. And I actually think I liked season 1 more than any of the others.
Really?
But because I already knew what was going to happen, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So, like I have a, like, you can't really surprise me when I'm watching The Expanse. I'm not going to be surprised. And in season 1 and part of season 2, I was pretty surprised. But that said, I think they did a really, really good job with this season 4. And I particularly was happy with how they did the Detective Miller thing.
That was cool.
It was so complicated in the books. I was like, how the fuck are they going to pull this off? Because he has like a split personality, and it's like tough to figure out which Miller you're talking to, and they did a really good job with it. So anyway, don't want to spoil anything, but if you haven't seen The Expanse, it's on Amazon Prime.
I keep forgetting to post the story of how Amazon wound up with that show, because it started off, it was like Sci-Fi's best show.
And didn't it have something to do with Martin?
Well, he actually endorsed it. He's a huge fan.
Yeah.
But the story of how it came to be, and all the fan support, like it was fan driven. You know, like you had fans like hiring, one of them hired a plane to drag around a banner and just drive around and fly around Amazon headquarters with this fucking banner, trying to get them to pick up the show.
So originally it wasn't an Amazon original.
No, it was Sci-Fi.
It was Sci-Fi, and it got canceled.
Yeah.
After the first season.
No, after the third season. After the first season was when Firefly got the axe.
Okay. And then for you audio listeners, Kyle just took his glasses off and aggressively put them on the table, and now
fuck you,
is
Sci-Fi.
staring at Sci-Fi, and very angrily, I'm afraid.
But yeah, so
you should post that. I would love to read that article, because
and it was, and the way that it happened was kind of like I don't know. It's just a cool story. I will post that, or forget and talk about it again another time.
Right.
But yeah, I will try.
Yeah, for you guys out there, because we say I've been kind of going down a rabbit hole. Ode to Rob Lewis. That trying to find these clips, and I've noticed.
We should call it a Rob hole.
Many times we could call it a Rob hole. I've noticed many times we say, "Oh yeah, I'll put a link to that on the Spitballing page." There's no link. Yeah, there's tons of shit that we forgot to do. So if we say we're going to do something but we don't, that's not because we don't care.
Feel free to remind us.
It's because we don't have a memory.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you like, say, hey, where's that Amazon Prime Expanse story?
Then we'll either get right on that, or like the meme, it'll be are you going to post that link? And it'll be maybe yes, maybe no, maybe go fuck yourself.
Maybe.
But yeah, we'll please remind us. I hate when I realize that I've like fallen short like that, which happens so like fucking every episode. But.
So Christmas is great, and then if you don't know,
now you know.
My birthday is December 27th, so 2 days after Christmas, and I don't know. I mean, I like my birthday, okay, but it's a fucking shitty time of the year to have a birthday.
And we're grown men that have had a lot of birthdays.
Right. But have you ever had a birthday party?
Yeah.
Christine
surprised me a couple of years ago.
I'm 47 years old. Oh, really? Is that your first one? Just a couple of years ago?
Well, my first surprise birthday party. Other
surprise.
Than that, in my adult life, I've never had a birthday party.
But when you were a kid growing up, like would you have a birthday party?
Yeah,
cake and shit?
But often, like when I was little, my sister and I, like our birthdays were pretty close together, so sometimes they would
double them up.
Yeah, which sucks. It sucks. So first world problems. Oh, your poor birthday, you didn't get a pony. Well, that's not a mini bit.
Yeah, whatever.
But, right? Like fucking.
My fucking birthday is 2 days after Christmas. I, in my entire life, have never had a birthday party. I don't think I've ever had a birthday cake. And I don't even think, in my adult life, like, I think people have gotten me gifts and given them to me on my birthday. But growing up, man, like, my fucking birthday present, if I got one, was always wrapped in fucking Christmas paper and given to me on Christmas. And I don't know if it's why my hate for Christmas ran so deep, but I'm sure it doesn't help. So Anyway.
Well, and that's kind of selfish of Jesus too, considering his birthday was actually like in April or some shit.
That's what I was saying.
And like, so he can like, just so that Christians can fucking, like fuck up Yule and everything.
Right.
They have to like plant it right by your birthday.
Right.
You got fucked on that, dude.
Alice Cooper's birthday is December 25th as well. And when I was for years, I would always say.
Speaking of birthdays, happy birthday, Katie Mack.
Oh, happy
Katie's
birthday,
turning 45 today.
You're not supposed to tell people how old she is.
That's not really how old she is. I just fuck with her about her age.
Oh, and I was like, and man, she was age 12.
Right.
So anyway, I've never had a birthday party, and I'm okay with that. It was, apparently it bothers me. And so Friday, I went to work, cool. And I'm sitting there, and it was kind of weird because, like, it was just, there was only 2 people from my department in the office, and one of them, my coworker Megan, was sitting up front at the front desk, and it's kind of like purgatory. You sit there for 2 hours, and like, you man the front desk, and it's really boring. And though I've actually kind of grown to like it because I like the people that are up there, and I make a lot of jokes, and so it's kind of like comedy hour with Matt. Anyway, so my coworker Megan is up front, and I'm going to go up at 2:30 and relieve her, right? And she keeps coming back to my office like every couple of minutes, and I'm, of course.
If you're the only one working, do you relieve yourself? Never mind. That was
oh my god. Yeah. So I'm the only one working, and I'm trying to sift through these fucking Facebook or through these fucking YouTube videos to find our little clips. And every couple of minutes, she's coming back there and sticking her head in my office. And I'm just like, Megan, go away. I'm busy working, obviously. Oh, my boss doesn't see this. Oh no, she does. Anyway, it's fine. So anyway, I was like, what the hell is going on with her? But nothing, whatever. 2:30 comes around, and I walk up front, and my chair that I like, the up front chair, is all like decked out, decorated with balloons and everything. And they were very concerned that they didn't want to have anything Christmassy involved. So it was all blue and silver and whatever. And there was a balloon that said "Happy Birthday, MFT." And I was just like, I got good coworkers. It was very sweet.
Absolutely.
It was very sweet. So I was like, oh, my birthday surprise. Sweet. Cool. Very cool. Oh, and there was another funny thing. They sent another one of our coworkers not in my department out to get cupcakes. And she couldn't find any non-Christmas cupcakes. So she like traveled to the ends of the world. I mean, she had to go, what's that South Park episode where they go into Walmart? And they like, it doesn't matter, but it's like a Lord of the Rings South Park episode. It's really funny, but anyway. So she has to run. She goes to like Cub Foods, nothing, She goes all the way across town to Walmart to come back to bring me non Christmas cupcakes, and I'm like, I don't eat cupcakes. I'm such a dick. Anyway, super cool. So I get done with work, and Meta and I had made plans to go out to the new El Tequilas. Have you been out there yet?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
In the new?
Yeah, moved into the Olive Gardens building since they, since they left town.
Yeah. So I was excited to go check it out.
Expansionistic Mexicans.
Yes, exactly. And
build that wall.
And Meta's not like Meta says, okay, we're gonna go at 6:00. So I'm like 7:30. That in my mind, because we've never left on time ever. I'm ready. Takes me like ready. Like, what do you got to do to get ready? Stand up.
Find my keys.
Right.
Good go.
Oh, I don't drive. So, and she's really like, come on, we gotta go. She's Johnny on the spot. And I was like,
we got reservations at El Tequila?
Yeah. I was like, this is gonna be busy or what? Okay, whatever. So we leave. Okay, but before we get in the car, I get a phone call from Erin Lewis, and she's like panicking, and I was like, what's going on? And she's like, you got to come over, my faucet is broken. And I'm like, well, turn the fucking water off. you know? And she's like, no, I can't get the thing to turn off. I need your help. I was like, Aaron, turn the fucking main off and call a goddamn plumber. It's my birthday, you know? And she's like, but I can't. And I said, turn the main off. And, you know, if that doesn't work, then, you know, it should relieve the pressure and then you'll be able to like turn off. If that doesn't work, give me a call back. And then I promptly like ignored my phone. And, no, I didn't actually. I would never ignore Aaron's phone call. I have this little problem when I'm wearing my Jawbone headset. If I take my headset off without turning it off, I don't get any notifications because they go to my headset. So it's just a tiny little thing that I gotta remember. Anyway, well, she's apparently calling me in a panic, but I wasn't getting the call. We're in the car. We're driving to El Tequila's, and all of a sudden, Meta gets a phone call. And Meta never gets phone calls, so that was weird. But it's Aaron. And Aaron's like, well, I actually don't know what she says to Meta. But Meta says, well, just talk to him. So she hands me the phone. And I was like, yeah. She goes, Matt, I really need you. This is such a mess. And I was like, oh. I said, Meta, we got to stop over at Aaron's house. And I'm like,
it's in the neighborhood.
Yeah, it's in the neighborhood. I'm like, I love Aaron. I love her. I love Rob. I love them all. I would do anything for them, including lay on a floor with a bunch of fucking water when I'm all dressed up on my goddamn birthday, right? I was still going, but I wasn't happy about it. And I was like, Meta and I don't get a ton of time to spend together, so I was a little disappointed that I was going to have to, but you know what? That's what friends are for. I will come and I will fucking plumb your house on my birthday, dressed in nice clothes, and not get a goddamn burrito. So we get over there, and I was a little surprised because Meta didn't really give me much shit about it, right? I said, we got to stop over at Aaron. She's got a plumbing issue. And she goes, all right, you know, not like, are you fucking kidding me? Not that Meta, well, she definitely could do that. She definitely could be like, are you fucking serious? It's your fucking birthday. Tell her to call a plumber. But she didn't. She was very kind. She knows how important these people are to me. So she just swallowed. We get over there and we pull in and she's like, well, should I just leave the car running or do you want me to come in? And I was like, well, and she was a little bitchy about it. So I was like, okay, you know, I'm like, you may as well come in because you know this is probably going to take a little longer than 5 minutes. So come on in. So open up the door and Glenn, they have this big old bulldog that looks like its face has been smooshed in by something. Glenn's there, and I love Glenn. He's a great dog. And I'm like, hey, Glenn. But I was kind of expecting like there to be water everywhere, you know, because she said
it was an emergency.
It was an emergency, and also not that the Lewis's house isn't clean, but it was really clean. You know, like I walk in and so my first impression was like, oh, wow, she really cleaned up for this plumbing emergency. And yeah, so we walk around the corner and surprise. So apparently you motherfuckers been planning this since like October.
I didn't plan shit.
Well, you were involved.
But, I mean, I was privy to the information, but
yeah,
know,
well,
which it's easy for me to like. I think we talked about this before. It's easy for me to keep a secret because I forget.
Yeah, that's true.
Most of the time,
you're not a good like. Like if I had any kind of like inkling, and I pressured you for the information, you would have given it up.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
Probably.
Yeah, horrible. But since I had no idea. Like I had no question to ask you, and you were just like, I didn't even know.
You want like in that easy to read thing, you know, like I just, you know, that and you know, like that whole. You ever seen the scene in Ronin where they're talking about like holding out under interrogation and shit, like torture and shit.
Yeah.
What did they finally do? How did they get you? They gave me a grasshopper. What's a grasshopper? Let's see, 1 part creme de menthe, you know, like they gave him a cocktail.
Right.
You know, he was joking about fucking nobody can hold out indefinitely.
So just give it up.
Yeah.
Was essentially what he was saying. Yeah. Well, there was I don't know, 20, 25 people there, close friends, my sister, my son, um, all these motherfuckers totally tricked me. And like they did such a good job because there was no cars in the driveway, right? There was, the house was dark.
Yeah, we were parked down the road around the corner.
It was so, and I about shit my pants, so cause when I came around the corner, I was surprised, and I was so relieved that I didn't have to do plumbing too. Like I was like, oh my God, thank God. It was really, really sweet and wonderful. And I realized that I cannot fucking trust anyone in my life because Meta and Aaron they deserve a fucking Academy Award for the way they pulled this off. Aaron's acting was so good on the phone, and yeah, it was very good. It was awesome.
Get those, So if those Screen Actors Guild cards aren't in the mail, damn it, I've been struggling with that.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
If those Screen Actors Guild cards aren't in the mail, they fucking should be.
Yeah.
Which, not to be confused with the Film Actors Guild from South Park or from the South Park guys.
I'm lost. God damn it.
The Screen Actors Guild. It's SAG.
Oh, okay.
And they was it like Team America and shit? They kept talking about the Film Actors Guild.
Oh. I got it.
Those fucking guys.
It was a wonderful birthday party. I just wanted to thank everybody who came. It was just great. I got some really, really cool gifts. The first one that I thought was just amazing was from your lovely bride, Christine. She got me this poster or a picture up there, and I don't know if you can see it, but I'm gonna zoom into it and show you guys afterward. But it's a kind of a Star Wars montage that has my face over each one of the Star Wars characters. I about pissed my pants. This is great. And on the bottom, my favorite one is Princess Leia on the bottom with my face on her. It just kills me. And then she also made up a bunch of like bookmarks to give out, and I was like, oh, wonderful, Christine. She definitely gets me. But then maybe 3 weeks or something before my birthday, I was on my phone, and there's all the Baby Yoda memes and shit out there, and I saw a knit Baby Yoda. Yeah, hand me that bitch. And I was like, oh my God, I wish my sister would make me one of those. Mentioned it one time. And I said to Meta, I said, God, I wish my sister could make me one of those, but I'm pretty sure she knits and not crochets. Yeah, I was wrong. She crochets.
Yeah, I don't know the difference.
I didn't, but barely. I don't either. I don't know. One's got needles, one's got a hook. I don't know. Yeah. Look at this fucking thing. All right? It's like a full, he's got a little butt, right? Like this is an actual jacket that can come off. It's so fucking adorable. And, but the problem was, apparently, that the pattern that was available got pulled off of Pinterest because Lucasfilms was like, that doesn't work for us. So my sister's like going to the fucking dark web and like finding like this pattern and paying like ridiculous amount of money for it. And
on the upside, she's also crocheting me as a life-size sex doll now.
Well, yeah, that'll be great. You got to be careful, Kyle, because she watches these things, and you just might get a life-size sex doll.
That would be ridiculous, and there's no room for it on the set. So
yeah, we
joke.
we got so much cool shit over the holidays that we're gonna have to expand the set just to incorporate everything.
Yeah, and then we will call it The Expanse.
Very good. Speaking of which, if you didn't notice, there's also a Rocinante up there, which is Kyle's Honda Steed.
And also, so the Rocinante, this is the name of the spaceship on the show, and it is named after Don Quixote's horse. Don Quixote, the
donkey,
famous Miguel de Cervantes character. But we're not going to get down that rabbit hole. So.
Yeah.
A character that I've always loved.
Have you read Don Quixote?
Have I?
Or just know the story? Because I've never read it. I just know the story. And
Yeah, I do know the story, but I'm not sure if I read it or not. Because I've known it like my whole life, so I'm like, okay, I must have read it when I was a kid, right? Don Quixote's like a deluded, hopeless romantic. He thinks he's a knight. His horse is kind of a reflection of him.
It's actually a donkey.
Yeah,
his horse. He has his noble steed. His noble steed is actually like this donkey, and he is probably suffering from some serious
dementia or something.
Dementia and delusions of grandeur. But he is like this. Super over the top noble character,
and even though he's like deluded and a little crazy and stuff like that, the brilliant thing about Don Quixote is it does nothing to take away from what a romantic figure he is,
right?
Because he's a believer.
Yes, but he jousts dragons, which are actually windmills, which is really interesting. So I'm going to go down a weird rabbit hole. We're gonna have to call them rabbit holes, but I've always loved the imagery of Don Quixote like tilting at a windmill, and I have this friend Cheryl Hills, who's she's like the regional director for Region 5 Development Center. She brings like tons of like grant money into the community. She's just a super duper cool person and has her fingertips in pretty much everything good and right in this region. Can't say enough how much I love her. And I am going to actually be going up on Monday to work with her team to help them launch their podcast.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So they called me up and said, hey, we're really close, but we just need a little.
And they probably want to do something exactly like we do.
I would say it's going to be spot on. Yeah, I was like, have you watched the show? And she was like, yes, and I love it. So I know we're going a little crazy here, but Cheryl has this like deep-seated hatred for silos. Okay, now we're not talking about the silos that like hold grain or silage or whatever.
Giant beers?
We're not talking about those either. We're talking about like people who are like siloed in their organizations. So like, for example, like, let's say the police are trying to stop human trafficking, right? They're in their silo. And then this organization over there is trying to stop human trafficking, and they're in their silo. And the two things never talk. Okay. A great example of silos is in at post 9/11, the 9/11 Commission, like, pointed to the siloing of the CIA, NSA,
the intelligence community.
Intelligence communities were so siloed that they fucked up. Okay, and so Cheryl Hills for years has been passionately fighting against silos, and I have been planning for probably a decade to paint a painting of Cheryl Hills on the back of a donkey.
Tilting silos.
Tilting against a silo. I have sketched it 50 times, and I've just never come up with what I really want to do or the medium I want to do it in. But someday, Cheryl, that's coming for you. It's probably not going to be good, but I love the imagery of it. So how about that for a rabbit hole?
Right. And read Don Quixote.
Or don't.
But like Cervantes has a beautiful way, like a turn of phrase and stuff too, like the whole she fights and vanquishes in me like line and stuff.
It's a tough
good stuff.
It's a tough read though, because it's French, correct, or Spanish? I can't remember. Spanish, and then been translated, and it's where. But there are some adaptations, some Don Quixote adaptations that are pretty good, and yeah, I don't know, but
just go watch the man from La Mancha or whatever.
do you know what I think the best adaptation of Don Quixote ever has been?
What?
The fucking Expanse. Because it's about Don Quixote. I mean, they pretty much rip the story off straight up. So,
with Amos playing with Amos as the donkey.
Yes.
No, Amos is not the donkey.
So before we introduce our first clip, I wanted to talk about one more rabbit hole.
Sure.
Right? And I didn't really mean to do this, but I listened to a podcast. This is becoming a trope. Like I'll say that, and people will be like, "That's how you begin every sentence." That's actually Sam said that to me the other day. I said I was listening to this podcast the other day. He goes, "That's how you begin every sentence," and I was like,
That's all right.
Yeah, that's right, because it's what I do. And it was Joe Rogan, and he was talking to somebody, and they brought up this thing called the grievance studies hoax, and I was like, but they didn't really get into it. They mentioned it and said how much of a tragedy it was, what was happening to the people, and so on and so forth. And then I was like, what the fuck is that? And I started Googling, and led me to another podcast, led me to another podcast, led me to another podcast, led me down this like deep rabbit hole on the internets about this grievance study hoax. Do you know anything about this, Kyle?
Just what you've shared with me, and I feel like it kind of lends itself to a couple of things. One of those being, some of the people, like, it's not like I've railed against. It's not like we've talked like in depth about like this whole community that they singled out, the grievance study community. We haven't taken shots at them, but we have taken like
we've taken a few shots at them.
Okay, that ultra woke culture,
right?
Like that drives us fucking crazy. It drives me. I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but like, for me, I mean, it drives me fucking nuts.
Right.
Like people that are so up their own ass with how fucking righteous and good and PC they are.
Right.
And it, and it makes fucking, it makes them look like fools. It makes liberals look like idiots. I have no fucking time for these people.
Well, I want to dedicate like a whole show to talking about the grievance studies because honestly, I haven't gotten a chance to read all of the studies yet. And I want to do that. They're all available for free online. They're long, they're in depth, they're extremely wordy, and I want to like rip them apart and like really get into it. But let me just explain briefly what this is. Okay.
And I totally plan on, duplicating some of their research and some of their experiments.
I like the idea. And if there's anybody out there who is, I don't even want to say an expert, but is real familiar with this topic, shoot me a message because I would love to possibly have you on as a guest. Or if you're just super smart and you want to do a fucking shit pile of research and then get back to me, that's cool too. There's a ton out there. Okay, but here's the general idea. Okay, there were these three authors or three academics, and they're working in the field of academia, and they are getting a little disgusted at all of the like super woke bullshit. They're getting a little disgusted about how much incredibly bad studies are being published because they're like, they say the right thing, even though they don't. Like it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, like,
but they use the right language. They say
they
the
can
right
get
thing.
it in the right. Yeah, they use the right language and they get it in the hands of the right person.
Right.
Basically, someone that agrees with what they're,
right.
they're.
And there's all of these publications, all these journals out there, peer-reviewed journals, and everybody talks about how that's like such an important thing. You got to.
And that should be the mark.
Peer-reviewed, and it should be
in good science.
It should be.
The other thing that this lends itself to, I was thinking about this. I feel like the danger of like sharing stuff like this is people are going to be like, see, science doesn't mean shit. But what it does mean, that's not what it means. What it means is good science, unbiased science. It like definitely fucking trumps your ridiculous bullshit.
So these three people, and I don't like, I've done way more research than I probably wanted to on them. They're all three very liberal, very like left wing people, and they were getting so tired of being out fucking liberaled by their people,
Well, the competition for the righteousness and the all that shit.
Right.
It's a real thing.
It's a race to the ridiculous. And they were like, this is fucking stupid. So they decided that they were going to write some papers and submit them to peer-reviewed journals. And they wanted to try to make the premises of the papers the most absolutely ridiculous things they could think of, and then see if they could still get them published. So over a period of a year, they wrote 20 papers. All right. And I believe, I don't remember exactly, but I believe 6 of those papers got accepted to journals. And, well, I know 6 of them did. It might be 7. Got accepted to journals, peer-reviewed journals, right? And one of them even won a fucking award for excellence. All right. And then like 9 of them were submitted and accepted, but were in revision. Because the way it works apparently is you submit to a journal and then your peers review it, and then they send you back notes. And some of the notes were like,
no, if this subject matter seems too dry for you, like I would like take a look anyway, because I mean we're talking about subjects like dog humping your leg, rape culture.
I'll just read just a couple of what these are, and then I want to put a pin in it because I could go on all day. And I plan on doing a little more research on this and trying to prepare something that's actually pretty straightforward. Okay. But these are the ones. These a couple of these that got published in peer-reviewed journals, and this particular one is the one that won the award. There's so many big words. So
these are great.
So bear with me. So it was called Human Reactions to Rape Culture and Queer Performativity at Urban Dog Parks in Portland, Oregon. That one won awards. The premise of the paper was that there's a lot of rape culture going on in dog parks. And the guy like went and studied this and looked at examined 25,000 dog genitalia and interviewed their owners, and it was actually ridiculous. Okay. The second one is, who are they to judge? Overcoming anthropomorphity and a framework of fat bodybuilding. So this one was basically about a guy saying that he was a bodybuilder, but he was out of shape. He was fat, and he was being fat shamed in these bodybuilding competitions. So he wanted to start his own league for fat bodybuilders.
In case any of you are wondering, I did not write that.
He was morbidly obese. He's a big blob. Not.
I'm working on it.
But this is my absolute favorite. This is my absolute favorite. This one got accepted by a peer-reviewed journal. Going Through the Back Door. That's the name of it. Subtitle is Challenging Straight Male Homoheredity and Transphobia Through Receptive, Penetrative Sex Toy Use. So the idea of that one is that straight men are transphobic if they don't want to sleep with women who have penises. But they can get over that if they just anally penetrate themselves with enough dildos.
Mission accepted.
I can't wait to... I noticed you're sitting a little uncomfortably.
Yeah. I'm trying to do the research, man.
Yeah.
Science.
All
in the name of science. That's why I'm rocking this butt plug right now. I just wish I could have found one without the tail. It's kind of running down the leg of my pants.
I really can't wait to go in and read these studies and pull out highlights and practice the words so I can say them without stuttering, because they're so fucking amazing. They're all available for free online. So again, if you want to do some research about it, it's called the what is it called again? The Grievance Studies Hoax. Or if you type in grievance studies, you'll find it. Pile of shit on YouTube. There's a documentary coming out about it. Super fucking amazing.
So yeah, check it out. Educate yourself on how dog leg humping relates to rape culture, and if you and anyone that feels, because I know we've been tough on conservatives from time to time, but we're gonna take some shots here at the other team, not at the other team as a whole, just at this particular community, this particular branch of academia.
So I don't actually even feel like we have taken or been really hard on conservatives, and I don't think
not conservatives.
I don't think we've been hard on liberals.
I
think
tough
we've
on-
been hard on the fringe.
Yeah,
And that's the fucking point, is that, look, I want to be a liberal, but I don't want to feel like a fucking pussy when I call myself a liberal.
God.
I don't want to feel like I can't say any words anymore, right? And I don't want to say hateful words, but I don't want to have to be like,
I don't want to. I don't want to have to defend myself every time I open my fucking mouth.
yeah. And I get like a little, fucking pissy about it. Like, oh, you didn't ask me my preferred pronouns. It's not my fucking obligation to ask you your preferred pronouns. Wear a fucking t-shirt that says my name, that I would like you to refer to me as they, them, or ZZ. Okay. I felt like I got a little angry there. But it does piss me off.
I
So
like it.
I am angry at the fucking alt-right, right? Fuck those guys. But I'm just as angry at the alt-left. Fuck those guys. They don't drive the car.
I don't know if I'd say just as angry.
Oh no, I am. This stuff makes me boil, and it's actually even worse because it's like Uncle Buck's a racist. You know what I mean? It's in the family, Like they're supposed to be my people. It's supposed to be my tribe, and they're a bunch of fuck ups, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we should hold them to that standard because we want, like I want my tribe to be good. I want my tribe to be fucking to occupy the moral high ground. I want them to fucking I want them to strive to better themselves. I don't just want the other guys to be shit and point that out. I want my shit to be. I want my yard to be fucking clean before I go pointing at my fucking neighbor's yard.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly. So I almost feel like the left has to be the one. And here, this is really the point. And this is the last thing I want to say about this because I want to do a whole fucking show about it. But it's the left, it's liberals' job to put a stop to this bullshit.
Yeah.
Because if the right tries to put a stop to this bullshit, we'll fight them. We'll have to. But if the left says enough is enough, stop it, I think that's the only way it's going to change. Anyway, enough said. I'm like a little passionate about that one.
Let's take a minute before we introduce these clips. Huh?
Okay. What do you want? What do you mean? Take a minute, take a break?
Yeah. Just a quick one.
Okay. It'll be weird, but sure.
I'm raising my hand to pee.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, actually, here, 1 second. Let's just take you out with this. So this first clip is PJ Severson. I just went to 218 for New Year's Eve with Meta. Had a wonderful time. Great fucking food. And it's always great to see his face. So this first clip is from episode 5 with PJ Severson. And check it out. Be right back.
Have you written a review ever?
Yes.
Have you?
I typically don't. No, I fuck Yelp, man.
Have I written
Any-
a review?
I would rather
a review.
I would,
fucking
Not a review on your what-
I
would-
shit about
but I-
like your place because I leave.
Well, you
there
know
and
what
I'm
I
like,
mean,
Oh
though.
my god!
I know, but I also,
that's what I do. So if I have an experience at a restaurant that I enjoy, I like to go home and I like to write a Facebook post about it and say, "This is my experience."
feel
And I had
a little
one.
bad when I don't.
I had one at
I know the
with
negative
218
fucks are out
a
there.
You
while
did.
ago.
That was
where
nice.
if you don't know the story, you can go back on my Facebook and look at it. But I'm gonna fucking tell it anyway. I was working here one night and with Aaron, and it was pretty busy. We're slinging drinks, and it was the day after Valentine's Day, and Rob was gonna go get something to eat, and he told Aaron he was gonna go and get something over at the 218. And then when he was there, he called Aaron and said, "Hey, I'm here. Do you guys want me to bring anything back?" And she says, "Oh, I don't know." She takes the, let me see if Matt wants anything. She takes the phone down. She says, "Hey, do you want anything, any food? Rob wants to pick up food or whatever." I said, "Well, where is he?" And she said, 612. And I was like, 612, which is another restaurant that has 3 numbers in their name. That's just downtown. But I don't know. I don't eat there very often. It's okay. But the only thing that I've
I've been
ever...
meaning to give them a chance and stuff because I've been there. And
Oh, it's decent.
It was good.
It's
you know,
not
good place.
Yeah,
No,
it's
they're
decent.
a good place.
I'm not criticizing them in any way, shape, or form.
I'm probably a little biased because me and PJ used to be a couple. A lot of people don't know that.
But I just
Still
don't.
are.
I just haven't eaten there a
Thank
whole
you,
lot.
man.
But the one thing that I had there that I thought was pretty decent was their beef stroganoff. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll take their beef stroganoff. And she's like, okay. And then she gets whatever she gets, and she tells Rob this. Rob's like,
I'm such a
weird.
fat kid now. I'm like,
Hangs
I just
up.
want beef stroganoff. Really bad.
Oddly
Says to
enough.
says to PJ, sitting at the bar, he goes, I need to get a couple things to go for Aaron and Matt. Matt wants beef stroganoff. Do you even fucking have beef stroganoff? And PJ's like, no, I don't have beef stroganoff, but if Matt Taylor wants beef stroganoff, Matt Taylor gets beef stroganoff. And he goes back in the back.
Verbatim
and
what I said.
I swear to God, dude. So he brings it back. So Rob comes in and he goes, hey, here's your beef stroganoff that PJ made special for you. And I was like, PJ? What the fuck's he doing at the 612? You know, like I was super
Moonlighting.
confused. And then he goes, I wasn't at the 612, I was at the 218. And I was like, well, that makes a little more sense then. And by the way, I would have taken,
Yeah.
because I would have ordered
taken a burger.
But I, so
Next week
he's
we're
like,
having 3
so Rob says, I'll cover you. Go eat some because PJ really wanted to know anything. And it was fucking amazing. It was hands down the best beef stroganoff I've ever had. Now, it also had like
New York strip.
full New York strip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which you happen to have for the
Yeah.
thing. So it was
Yeah.
a good timing to get
Yes,
this
it's perfect.
beef stroganoff. But it was absolutely delicious.
Yes.
So after that experience, I was like, I gotta fucking write this shit up. So I wrote that story up and put it on Facebook.
Which was super nice. It was super nice.
And I know it was good because I read it and you told me about it in person. So you like doubled down on this.
And bitches here at the bar were fucking eating it off my I was like, this is so good. Oh, it's fucking shit. Fine.
one of the very
Elbows up, prison style.
Randy, one of the very fundamental differences between you and me, because a motherfucker's gonna lose a hand if they touch my plate. Like my wife doesn't eat
It
off
was
my
like
plate.
it was like
I will
it
bite
was
your
like it
fucking
was like
finger off.
Brandy Roach. And I was like one bite, one bite. It was very, very good. So I thought that was very cool of you.
Well, yeah, and it was actually it happened at a kind of a weird time because when you guys started this and you talked about having me on here, you said, "Oh, you thought I was a douche," and it's one of the things that I wanted to talk about is like social acknowledgments, because I would say I felt the same about you, and we both had no reason whatsoever. And then I sit down literally right here, folks, and next to me is Matt Taylor, and I'm thinking like, oh God, this isn't going to go well. Well, guess what? We made out. We had a great time. He's a conversationalist. I'm a conversationalist. I'm full of shit. He's full of shit. And it melded together.
And because like I feel really comfortable, because people feel really comfortable telling me these things because unlike you guys, everybody loves me right out of the gate.
All right. So now you know that PJ and Matt both knew that each other were douches. I mean, thought that each other were douches. So yeah, PJ's a great guest. I had a lot of fun with that.
We could just have him on as our I wish he wasn't so goddamn busy because he would be like the most useless Jamie. But it would be nice to just have him in the corner to chime in now and
We
again.
just have fun. He's a fun guy.
He is a fun guy. Speaking of fun guys, this next clip is from one of the funnest human beings I've ever had the pleasure of being around. My bestie Buns.
If you've watched the show, you may have heard us reference him before, like every show. So,
Yes.
yeah.
So this is a story about Brock Larson getting pulled over in a slow speed chase. So check it out. Episode 3.
I'm a great driver.
Oh Jesus Christ! My favorite one with you is when you were driving out of town, and your wife was chewing your ass.
Oh yeah, that's a difference. Yeah, that was a good one. Cause I hit a deer. I hit a deer, so I had to go back and get her car.
Okay.
And drive to St. Cloud. And I had to go, and I just say, I need your car. I need to go teach. And so I dropped my smashed up car off, pick her car up, and then she's like, now don't be smashing my car, And then I'm like, yeah, you gotta start paying more attention. I'm like, yes, I know. was listening. I'm a very good listener, and I had no idea that I was getting chased or being tailed by a police officer. I'm driving
with the lights on.
Yeah, I mean,
He was getting pulled over.
Well, he was focused on not hitting deer at the
I
time.
was listening to my wife. My wife says I don't listen well, so I was really doing a good job of listening. So I'm listening to my wife. All of a sudden, I go on 371 business here. You know where you go on to 371? Yeah. This fucking state trooper is coming up the down ramp. So I'm blinking to go down the down ramp, right? And he's coming up. I'm like, holy shit! I talking about, and I go to my wife. I'm like, holy cow, this shit's going down. There's cops oh fuck. And then I look at my rear view mirror. I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta go. And then there's like 10 cops, state troopers, and county, and I pull over, and I know half of them.
Sure.
Right? And they're like, Brock, what are you doing? And then the guy that pulls me over was like, what are you doing? And he was super like angry. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry. I was talking to my wife. I hit a deer with my car, and she was just telling me to make sure I don't hit a deer with her car. And one of the cops looked at the officer that was in the hot pursuit. We were in a slow speed chase.
Hot pursuit.
We were in a slow speed chase. I wasn't speeding so much. And he's like, oh, the wife, you know how that is, right? And he's like, what? And then all of them start heckling this poor guy. And they're like, oh. And then he's like, well, why didn't you stop? I didn't know you were back there. He's like, you couldn't see me? I'm like, no. So I got the tickets, and I went to court, and I got off. But it was pretty crazy. And initially he's like, put your hands out the window, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna shot. I had no idea. I actually thought my wife had did something, and they ran her plates on her car, and she had a warrant for her arrest or something. I couldn't figure out what she would have done.
Because Brock's wife is such a hellraiser.
That's right. Totally. So I'm like, what did she do? Whoa. First time I'm driving her car, and I'm getting pulled over, and they want to shoot me. So it got de-escalated.
And I'm just saying, if they did want to take you into custody and you didn't want to go, shooting you is just like the right choice.
That is probably a good option. We had some police officers in class the other day, and I gave them my wrist. I said, go ahead and handcuff me. And it was fun. But they couldn't handcuff me.
Yeah, what's the one guy's name?
Mike.
Mike, he's like...
Mike said, shoot him. Just shoot him. You're going to have to shoot him.
At that point, just fuck it. Just put him down.
That was fun.
Put him down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have killed a lot of deer. So River, I don't know, she only have the one name?
River
from...
Fuller?
River Fuller?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just got a really big kick out of her post. She said... She took a picture of you or something when you guys were in Florida.
My Uber driver.
Yeah, you were.
No, we were in Atlantic City.
Okay, and she was like, she took a picture of Brock and she goes, "Oh my God, I got this new Uber driver and he's insane" or something like that. And then it just floods with like posts about how crazy Brock is. And she's like, I'm having so much fun reading this. He was driving down the boardwalk.
Well, I didn't know. It was like in between the fucking tugboat and the Hard Rock. And I'm like, we got to get to that side. So I thought I'd drive around this way. Well, I go up the ramp and then, yeah, it's the boardwalk. Well, I mean, there was really no sign saying that it was the boardwalk. But
it had boards. It had boards on it.
Yeah.
They have different kind of roads.
Yeah. I thought maybe it was like, it's out on the freaking East Coast. They got old streets and shit
right.
out there.
Yeah. Made out of
cobblestone.
Made out of fucking
boardwalks. I don't know. There's not really a whole lot of difference.
Old wooden roads.
Yeah.
We love Brock. He's so much goddamn fun. We gotta get him back on the show, but he's the busiest dude like anybody knows.
He is. I have been talking to him about going on location though.
Yes.
Because he has about a 4-hour break in his day twice a week. That's his life. So
it's called his downtime.
I'm thinking
he doesn't even sleep.
I'm thinking we can zip down there and do a podcast with him at the gym, and then pick up some of the other folks down there that I'd really like to talk to. Yeah,
That would be
fucking
fun. I'm
pile
kind of
them.
digging these location ones too.
I do too. I love that we're able to go on location. Yeah, it's awesome. So this next clip is when you were kind enough to share one of your black friends with me.
So the next clip is with my buddy Ace Colley, and we've known each other for a long time. We've got to hang out and party together and stuff. Share a lot of sports experiences and stuff like that. That's how we first met. Here's just a little clip about something that we that we do when we go out.
Remember that thing we used to do? Hey, get your own black friends.
Oh, this was beautiful. So for a while, Kyle, he's been trying to get me to work at his job, but he sees things that goes on. So Kyle's like, man, Ace, I don't understand how you don't get in more fights here at this place. He was like, I see the stuff you go through and what people come up to you and say. And I was like, yeah, it's really crazy and ridiculous because you always get people that have these dumb things to say. Now I joke about my blackness. I'm black. That's okay. It's but you get people that come up to you and say stupid shit, and it's just like
what? Like what?
I mean,
stupid shit?
like usually like pretty, like I mean they mean well.
Yeah.
They're just awkward.
When I have my hair, some guys would just come up to me and like touch my hair. Well, that's
my
pretty.
God.
Like, come on. Like, I don't know you. I don't want you just rubbing your hands through my hair, or then they'll pat you on the back and same the lookalike stuff, or it was just always some craziness. So Kyle and I, we all went out one day and we were drinking at his job, and it was hilarious. This guy comes up to us, he keeps talking to us and telling us what we look like, and then you get all the bro, dude, I'm down, all that stuff, and it's like, come on, like I like Kyle, he doesn't do all that stuff. I love people for who you are. You don't have to pretend to be something or pretend to be a certain like specific what you think the ideal culture is like being black. Not everybody says bro and dude and all that stuff, but you get all that crazy stuff. And then so the guy came up to us, he was talking, I can't remember exactly what he was saying, but it got pretty interesting. So Kyle, being Kyle, he comes up to the guy and he said that he was like, next guy comes up to you guys, I'm going to make them leave, because he was like, this is ridiculous. And it kept happening. It happens all night long when we go out. I have dreads. My other buddy has dreads. So people just coming up to us, talking to us. And then it's like, oh, get out there and show those white boys how to dance. I think that's what one of the things he was saying. Because there was some music coming on. And you got chicks dancing. And we're people watching, of course. It's funny. So he's like, oh, get out there and show those white boys how to dance. It's like, nah, we're cool. We don't want to dance. And he was like, come on, man, show them out. So then Kyle comes, save the day. He goes... I got to do this with a straight face, because he did it with a straight face, and Kyle's a big dude, so it was even more funny. So he comes up to the guy and says, you know what, these are my black friends. He was like, you think I went all the way to the hood to go find these motherfuckers just for you to come in and try to take them away? Go find your own black friends. The look on this guy's face was hilarious. He was needless to say scared as shit. He goes, my bad, man, and walks away.
I have like the coolest friends of anybody that I know, so I have to guard them selfishly, especially especially my black friends, because there's not enough black people to go around up here. So you have to keep your friends. Oh my God. Somebody will run off with them.
So I was talking before about when I was trying to find these clips that I would get sucked in. I watched all of Ace. I couldn't stop. Go back. That is episode 6. It's probably one of the best podcasts we've ever done. You can skip the first half hour. That's just us blabbing, which is good still. But
sure,
with just getting to know that fucking guy was
my
so
favorite.
Great.
Was like you didn't even know him, and right away like he goes straight to like make you uncomfortable.
Of course, asshole.
That was awesome.
And I've listened to that part several times because I wanted to make sure that I didn't do it. Because basically, in the very beginning, he says he came up to Minnesota to play football, and then a little bit later on, he says he's at college, and I said, okay, so you came to college to play ball, and he's like,
he's like, oh, so you just assumed that I played ball?
And it was so straight. He just looked at it like, "Wait, make assumptions, a little racist."
It was,
I was like, "Oh
It's
my
like,
god!"
What do you mean, you people?
Yeah, and I'm of course wearing a T-shirt that says "Your fear of black people is irrational." That was
Good timing, Meta.
That was the first time Meta got to choose my T-shirt. And which reminds me, the T-shirt today is from a topless vampire musical in Vegas that she
That's
went
brilliant.
to 15 years ago. Yeah,
I want to go to that.
I was like, I'm in.
And mine is
man.
classic polyhedron or 20-sided dice from Dungeons and Dragons. I was thinking about that. Polyhedron, awesome. The same amount of syllables as 20-sided. You know, like you're not really saving anything. You're just sounding like a fucking egghead or something, you know? But yeah, anyway.
So Kyle collects black people.
Yes.
And
he collects musicians.
I have a menagerie of musicians. And this next clip that we're going to show you is from one of my oldest, longest musician friends, Drew Peterson.
The amazing Drew Peterson.
Who, if you have a day and a half, you should go back and listen to that entire episode. We talk about every movie
Westerns
we've ever seen.
If
every
you're a Western
we've
fan
ever
and you haven't
seen.
watched that episode, check it out. You'll agree with us on some shit. You'll probably disagree with some stuff, and you might even find a movie that you love.
Yes. As a matter of fact, that's probably one of the, that's one that gets brought up a lot.
Yeah.
Like, well, which Western,
Because people love Westerns.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a story about like Drew, like basically having the worst gig in the world, and then he's going to play a song for you called "Laramie," which is the song that we played on our very first podcast in the extra, and one that I don't know, kind of what made me fall in love with these guys.
It's a true story. This literally happened to me in a bar. It was I shouldn't say the name of it. I won't say the name of it. It's a local bar in Rice, Minnesota. Little hint at what it was. It was a Sunday. It was Vikings opener. Right after the opener, and they lost. Right. Everybody was drunk. Everybody's pissed. It was one of those openers where you're like, this season's going to be shit. You know what I mean? Like, so everybody was extra pissed. And then it was literally like, and here's a guy with an acoustic guitar, right? You know what I mean? Just the worst fucking packed, you know. It was paying good and whatever else. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to muscle through this, right? It was like 3-hour show or something stupid. And then they started yelling for country tunes.
Just for 3 hours.
Play some country. And I know like 2 country covers. So I played them, and they started yelling again. Play more country. I'm like, that's all I know. Play them again. Okay. I played them again. You know what I mean? I'm like, and then by the end of it, like after doing that, I'm like, well, tell you what, here's an original that sounds like a country song. No, you son of a bitch. You know, like super pissed off. Literally, I took a break.
It sounds like the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too, yeah.
Literally, I took a break, and this is a true story, I swear to God. The owner of the bar literally came running up to me with half my pay and says, you need to get out of here. They want to kill you. I'm not kidding.
And you're like,
that's
half
great
my
for your
pay,
ego.
bitch?
Yeah. Well, I played half the show, so
Fuck
I got paid
that.
something. No, I got paid something. To be honest, that was like a mercy killing. I wasn't, it was like, imagine that break where you're sitting, it's like waiting for your execution. You know what I mean? A room full of drunk people who were just pissed off. No. Worst gig of my life.
Oh, I'm telling you, should have paid you the entire money.
Yeah.
You were fine with the show money. Yeah.
I was fine just being let off the hook. That's all. This song's actually about
An execution.
I was watching. You know me. I'm a documentary freak. I watch just shit tons of documentary, and it was one about the Wild West. They were talking about towns that had trouble with. I know you know the story.
I do. I love it though.
It's for them.
Right.
There's these towns that it's a true story where they had trouble with crime. So the towns that had trouble was the ones that didn't have trees. The only place they could hang people was in the rafters of the church because they're the only buildings big enough to do something like that. And obviously they didn't want to do that. So these towns had like serious crime problems because the criminals were all like, fuck it, let's go to Laramie. You know what I mean? Like we could get away with shit there. And the idea just spun from that. So, guy with the tree phobia. Darling dear, what a fear happened to the engineer. Must have scared him what he saw. Whistle blow, should be time to go. Where he is, no one would know. The train stands still east of Omaha. Just question the brakeman. Why the train stopped a mile short of the station? He said, my friend, the half-ass grin. If this ain't the end, where are we then? To begin, stories old, but truth be told, sometimes you buy the same you sold. Man, he asked for it by the name of Lee. Wonder why I wanna hang him high, just like his dad dangle him in the sky. Stretch his neck out for everyone to see. That's why they live in Cheyenne, said you couldn't see a single tree as far as Laramie. They sit without a tree, exactly where he wants to be. And if it was me, don't think I'd have to worry about no tree killing me. Darling dear, what a fear happened to the engineer. I must have scared him what he saw. Johnny Law, he's chewing chaw, riding hard up from Omaha. Well, 12 men turned into deputies. So please believe me when I say that man was in with me. Ain't my babe, by my left leg. I'll be right back, it's exactly where he said he'd be. He said, please, watch my stuff for me. The devil in me can't be free, can't you see there ain't no tree gonna be killing me? The devil in me can't be free, can't you see there ain't no tree gonna be killing me? The devil in me can't be free, can't you see there ain't no tree gonna be killing me?
Very nice.
I fucking love that song.
Yeah, man, that was such a fun episode. We gotta have Drew come back now with the new Western, The Mandalorian.
Well, I have one that I want to recommend to him too. It's actually a spoof of the old like singing cowboy. It's a spoof of like both old school black and white singing cowboy westerns and like the spaghetti westerns and stuff. It's called Rustler's Rhapsody. You can watch it on Stars. It's got Tom Berenger in it, and Andy Griffith plays the bad guy,
Really?
which is amazing. He's fucking hilarious. It's a great comedy. Rustler's Rhapsody. If you've never seen it and you're a western buff, you'll probably think it's great. If you're not a western buff, you'll probably think it's fucking stupid. But yeah, I was just watching that.
It was awesome. So in that episode, we talked at pretty great length about the difference between the Wyatt Earp, which I was a humongous fan of, and Tombstone, which you were the champion of. And I actually got a message the other day from the local
organized
crime figure, Tina Anderson, asking me if which one she should watch first, and I told her, it really depends. But if you watch Tombstone first, you'll probably like it. If you watch Wyatt Earp first, you're gonna think Tombstone sucks. So maybe watch Tombstone first. But we're
influencing people. We're helping people make their decisions.
Yeah,
check us out.
Yeah, we wrote a book that how to win friends and alienate people. But we had Tina's daughter, Antia, on the show, and of course, all we did was talk about her mom. No, it's not all we did, but no, Tina or Aunt Monty was an awesome guest, and we got into a lot of stuff. But this story about her mom sending me on a very
on a suspect errand.
It's a good one of my favorites. So check it out. So your mom is the infamous Tina Anderson.
My mom is the infamous Tina Anderson.
And I've known Tina for, well, actually, I guess as long as I've known you and Noah, but like, because I think that's how I met Tina was through Noah doing jiu-jitsu. And he was probably about 8, I suppose, when he started.
Yeah, so he's 20. He'll be 21 this year.
Yeah, so for quite some time. But I've, yet last week, I kept clearing my throat the whole time, and
so did I.
Yeah,
and
it was just horrible.
Then I went back and watched it, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Oh. So I'm really trying not to clear my throat. But so I've always kind of been Tina's, I don't know, go-to guy.
If for like
something
all of this
weird
stuff
comes up, like she'll like call me up. She'll be like, and some of the stuff she asks me to do is so fucking weird. I don't want to get her in any trouble, but I'm still gonna say it. So she called me up one day. This was probably a decade ago, and says, "Hey, what are you doing?" I was like, "What am I doing, Tina?" That's a good question. She goes, "I need you to go pick up this like U-Haul, and I need you to drive out to this address, and I need you to load up all of these tires, and then I need you to drive to some dump in the middle of like
nowhere."
Bethel or something. It was just way out there. And then you got to talk to this guy named Tiny, and then you got to dump them. And I was like, all right, okay, whatever. And whenever Tina asked me to do something, if I could, I always would. So I go get these fucking tires that are just nasty, full of water. It was just horrible all day thing. Drive 2.5 hours in the middle of nowhere, walk into this like crazy like meth lab.
Hills have eyes looking fucking.
Walking there, and it's on a res, and I walk in there, it's all native guys sitting around, and I look around, and there's this huge fucking guy, and I'm like, "Hey, Tiny," and he stands up. What? I was like, "Tina told me to drop some tires off," and he goes, "Okay, just down there."
You actually do a really good.
That was exactly what he sounded like.
Tiny from the res.
Tiny. That was Tiny from the res. Okay, just down there.
So that's one of the many, like I said, suspect errands that Tina's sent Matt on, is it any small wonder that we refer to her as a local organized crime figure?
I on our Facebook page, on the Spitballing page, after that episode aired, she just wrote, "I have Tiny on speed dial," and I was like, "You're fucking old, Tina. There is no speed dial anymore." We got to have her on. I am super looking forward to it. We're going to talk at the end of the show about some of the guests we have coming out, but she is on my hit list.
Well, and she's very well known. She's wildly popular. Maybe we can, maybe that'll help us reach more people that will probably hate our show.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Because that's what we do.
It'll be interesting talking to Tina too about some politics stuff, because I don't think she leans as Libby as we do. I mean, I don't actually know. I only assume that because she's made money in her life. So I make an assumption that if anybody's made more than like $50 in their entire life, that they probably aren't as liberal as we are.
Well, but on the other side, she's not afraid of black people.
Well, that's true. At all. So this next clip is one of my favorites. I probably have watched this clip like 25, 30 times. This is the story from Christine's perspective of when her and Kyle first got together. This was on the episode where Meta and Christine actually did a takeover.
The hostile takeover of our beloved show.
Of Spitballing. So Christine and Kyle.
Well, I didn't know what was going on, and I was just like, whatever, I give up. So the day, I kid you not, the day I was like, I'm done, I had just, like, I was deleting things on my phone. I'm like, I'm done. I don't even want to look at them anymore because
You deleted messages?
No, I don't think I did, because he messaged me that day and was like, what can I do to convince you to come over and watch a movie with me?
And and you were already at his house?
I was like, I'm at your front door. Like, No.
What's that on the roof? Did you just rappel onto my deck?
I love that.
I've been camping out back.
So that.
What's with the night vision goggles? That's
that-
hot.
Yeah.
I do love that woman.
And she fucking loves the shit out of you. My God.
That was another one of our better episodes.
Yeah,
too.
it was fun.
Those guys were fucking great, and it was, and definitely like one of the most fun. We have fun. It's like we always say that. It's always goddamn fun. Like,
Right.
But I mean, some of them, of course, are more fun than others, and that one was fucking great.
Yeah.
And
It was super fun.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
So this next clip this was one of my favorite shows, and it also is one of the shows that I feel like people like didn't watch. It has one of the lowest views of any of our shows,
Which is ridiculous.
It is, because Troy Schreifels is a fucking legend. I think one of the problems is that there's like not much of a crossover with him, but Troy and I have been friends for years and years and years, and he is a police officer in Brainerd, and he is the liaison officer for the Brainerd High School, and he is just an absolutely fucking fantastic guy. And we get to talk to him about a bunch of cop stuff, but we also get to talk to him about his children, and I watched those clips as well, and there's in there I say something to the extent of and Troy, tried to just get fucking shot, but I'm like, and Troy, so your daughter, she's hot, like professionally hot, and she is. I mean, she's like a model and everything. And he about falls off his chair laughing. So I
got
really
some pictures of us sitting on Troy's lap the other weekend.
Yeah, that's right. He was also that angry elf, that fat angry elf that comes around Christmas. Yeah, super great. And this story is one of my favorite stories that he tells, and I think you'll really enjoy it. So episode 11, Troy Schreifels. Watch the whole fucking thing. Check it out. Yeah. Okay, tell a story about when you tased
Oh,
yourself.
geez, and that one is true humility there, because this was right before I went in. I got the position on the school resource officer position. So I used to be a field training officer working at night, and I was training in a new officer. And I remember it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I've told the story so many times now too, and it's very popular among the kids. Anyway, make it long story short. So we get this call of a male who was brought in on evaluation, and he was on some other drugs and was out of control in one of the rooms. So I was first arrived there with the trainee and with the several other officers, and we just get these new tasers, and there's several different ways at the time that you can deliver a tase or deploy the taser. They have but usually I have a visual aid, but I don't have that right now. So anyway, here's the taser.
You don't have your taser? The hell?
Yeah.
Let's take it.
You first.
Yeah. Okay. So you have the taser, right? Then you have the cartridge that comes off, right? Okay. Well, and then you have these little prongs that are on the taser, and if you hit it, there's that bolt electricity between the two tasers. You've seen that, right?
Actually, I don't really know anything about them. Yeah.
You don't carry them outdoors?
No, and I've always had my ass kicked the old-fashioned way when I was dealing with the cops.
And there's something still good about the old-fashioned way.
There is.
Just kidding. So what happened is that there's what they call a drive stunt. So you can take the cartridge off, and you find a piece of the muscle, because what happens when you get tased, it delivers 50,000 volts of electricity. And it incapacitates you. It affects the involuntary muscles throughout your body. But you find a muscle mass, and you put that taser itself, and then deliver it, and it only delivers about half, but it's kind of like what we call an intention getter.
Okay.
And or you can put the cartridge back on and deploy it that way, and two prongs come out and they're about an inch long, and at the end of the prong is like a fish hook. Those are what kind of sticks into you, and then it can go up to about 20-25 feet. So make a long story short, I decided I'm just going to give him a drive stunt in the shoulder, just kind of get his attention, instead of just picking him up and like we usually would and bring him up to upstairs. So I gave him a little, he kind of dropped down on the stomach, and what happened was I had the cartridge in my hand like this, and I was wearing small black leather gloves, and I had the taser in the other hand. And I'm down on one side and a couple officers on the other side, and it's mass hysteria. That's why it usually is, cops are yelling, this and that, and, verbal commands and stuff like that. And I'm like, geez, I can't get the other hand. And I go, well, because I have a taser cartridge in my left hand, and I have the taser in the other hand. Not knowing I still have this circulation of electricity is still pulsating through the taser itself. I wasn't aware of that, but I'm thinking, well, I'll just put the taser cartridge back on and throw it in my back pocket, right? So I did that, and I heard a pop. Okay, what happens when a taser goes off? It pops, and a bunch of this little paper confetti comes out. And I felt something really sharp in my left hand. And I'm probably in shock at that time, right? And I'm like, did the thing just go off? Yes, it did. Okay. But now what I found out later, everybody knew I deployed the taser, but that I deployed it on him. Because there's just so much going on. There's so many moving
Right, so
parts
they
in
didn't
there.
think that you tased yourself.
Right. And so
or they would have immediately stopped and started making fun of you.
Yes, they would have.
Right, that's what.
Yes, they would have.
Stop, hold it.
Click, 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 So I took the taser off thinking, okay, nobody saw that, right? I just have the whole thing in my hand, right? Because there's a bunch of wire and stuff like that. I put the taser in my back pocket, and I finished handcuffing this guy. Well, so we're bringing this guy up, and there's several of us. This guy's still kicking and yelling and this and that. But what I noticed is that, I've been injured. I've been hurt before in certain parts of my body, but this is the most excruciating pain I've ever experienced in my whole entire life, even to this day. And my hand is just pulsating, and I'm thinking, why is my hand hurting so much? And then I notice that when I'm holding this, but there's blood pooling out of my left glove. I'm thinking, wow. So I told everybody there, I says, hey, you guys, yeah, I'll just be waiting downstairs for you, So I walked downstairs, and I went to the doctor, Dr. Nienaber at the time, great guy. He was actually one of my neighbors down the road. And I said, I deployed the taser, man. I just remember looking at me, he goes, why'd you do that? Anyway, make a long story short, so they took the glove off, and there was blood in my glove. It was horrific looking, really. Just at a first glance. So I had it in my hand cuffed like this, like I was holding a baseball. And it was a good thing because one of the taser cartridges, about an inch long, came in here, just kind of poked me in the palm of my hand. And we took that out. However, the other prong actually entered in the webbing of my middle finger and towards my ring finger, and entered the webbing of my hand and traveled all the way down the middle of my hand.
What the hell?
Yeah, that's what I said, Kyle. That's what I said.
So was it shocking you as well?
No.
So it
No.
was. So all you were getting was just the
barbed,
prongs.
yeah.
But you shot it at essentially point blank range.
You can't get any more point blank than that, MT. Wow.
That's
and I just and so they had to surgically I'm actually 20% disabled in my left hand. You can't tell.
Well.
Okay, up here maybe. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But it was very therapeutic for me because it took me. I've only been telling the story about 7 years now, and this happened 12 years ago.
So you kept it quiet.
Yeah. Then one day I had this overwhelming feeling. I said, I need to tell this story. So I remember talking to this class, right? Because I go and speak about government classes, about police, whatever you had. And I said, we have 5 minutes left. You guys want to hear a story? Somebody's trying to get in here.
Yeah, it's all right. That happens all the time. They know where it goes.
Want to hear a story? And I told that, and I felt so good. But at the time, I'm looking, and the kids are on the floor just dying.
Yeah, well, that's hilarious.
Good story.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Troy's the best.
Yeah. Kind of a, we're just, one of the, I love living here. I love this area. He's just one of those cops that we're lucky to have in this area.
Yeah, for sure.
He's a good dude.
I think that that this area really benefits from having guys like that on the force that are real, down to earth,
conscientious, honest.
Yeah, not assholes.
Yeah.
Speaking of asshole cops,
they're out there.
They are.
There are some. We got a story here back from the episode of Ace where he's sharing some of his experiences, and and as much as people think that this stuff doesn't really happen, it fucking does, So here's Ace sharing a story about some stuff that a lot of us don't really have to deal with on a day-to-day basis, but
right.
Guess what? He does.
Yeah, check it out.
Cops, like I have a lot of cops in my family, so I don't look at cops as a bad light. But it sucks that when you see the lights, even being a white person, your heart starts racing and
right.
you're
We
frantic.
talk about it all the time.
Before,
oh, okay, yeah.
I mean,
it's
like,
crazy,
oh, shit,
and you should feel comfortable around them
right.
and feel protected. But it's like every time it's like, oh shit, what did I do wrong? And they might not be coming for you. another tinted window story. I got pulled over one day. So there was a guy riding my tail on 169, really close, and I just driving at the speed limit, and then I can see a state trooper ahead. Well, the guy randomly, who can't see the state trooper in the truck, floors it, flies around me to get around me because he's pissed that I wasn't driving fast enough, not knowing there was a cop out there. The cop pulls out, and I'm like in my head laughing, like, oh crap, this guy, he's gonna go get this guy. This is what you get for riding my ass. Nope, the cop pulled me over.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. So I asked him, I was like, oh, why am I being pulled over? So I thought maybe he clocked me on accident for this guy. And he was like, oh, I pulled you over for your tinted windows. I was like, so not the guy that just was flying around me and did way over the speed limit? Because I always go 5 to 6 over. So if I'm doing 5 to 6 over and he flew past me, he's doing well over the speed limit. But you pull me over because you see the tinted windows and you probably feel like you can find more on me. That was my first tinted window ticket. Literally, that was my first tinted window ticket. Yeah.
So speaking of people in positions of authority, this next clip is one of my favorites.
With His Excellency Dave Badeau.
Dave Badeau. Yeah. Badet. I don't fucking know how you say it. So just to warn you, I hadn't eaten in 3 days at this point, and I was a little aggressive with Dave.
Well, and we started talking about Matt's old political opponent.
Yes, the late, not so great, and she's not even late. She's still alive. That fucking bitch. Anyway, this is about Mary Cope. So
maybe he hasn't had breakfast. It just he brings out the worst in him.
Check it out. To pivot back to the city council a little bit, I was wondering how can you handle being on the city council without Mary Cope?
Well, Mary Cope is a part of our committee to save the water tower, so I get to work with Mary enough.
Wow.
Yeah. Mary. For those
That's
of you,
sweet.
For those of you who don't know, Mary Cope was the first female elected to a position in Brainerd, I believe.
Also a cunt.
And that was in 1892, I believe.
This is the sound of the councilman actually getting uncomfortable and my butthole puckering.
She was the voice of no in the city council.
Well, so and I'm gonna give a fair shake to Mary in that Mary had been in the political eye on the council or on the county end of things for 50 years.
Yeah,
I think it was
112.
I think it was 50 years. You're going to piss off a lot of people, and when you do that, then you're going to get a bad rap. But at the same time, she's also the type of person that is let's not spend money. Let's shore things up, and that also creates issues.
So I have worked with the city council throughout the years.
You
with
ran
the
for city
businesses that I
council.
own. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I did.
Twice, didn't you?
No, but I
this
almost
once?
did.
Okay.
I almost did the second time. And I'm going to tell this right now. So
Yeah.
I have worked with city council with the businesses that I've owned through the years, and now I'm completely fucking done. So thank God, never have to talk to them motherfuckers again.
Well, you're talking to one right now.
Oh,
You're talking to 1/7 of the council.
but back
Again, Brainerd, you did this, not me.
back when we had the Sunshine Kitchen Moonshine Lounge, we wanted to have this band Wookiefoot come play at the Shine. And but in order to make it work, we needed to put a temporary fence up so that we could have people go outside.
Sure.
So that we could, because we couldn't. We were gonna have 350 people there.
They wouldn't allow you to do that.
So
That's not even a problem at all.
I had to go in front of the city council to get permission to put up this temporary fence.
Yep.
Okay, I almost didn't even show up for it because it was supposed to be like a perfunctory vote.
Should be.
Right? But I figured, you know what? I'm just going to show up and just make sure everything goes, because this is super important. Sure.
Yeah. Well, and that is in the Northeast Ward, which I am responsible for now.
You were not responsible for
Well, I am now. So continue.
So I went, Gary Sheeler was responsible.
Yeah, he was. I didn't say that, but he was.
No, he was. Cock munch. So I go to the city council, and this perfunctory vote ends up becoming a huge issue. And guess who is the champion of the vote? No, is Mary Cope. Anyway, I end up having to go to 3 meetings.
Did they actually let you do it?
Yeah, in the end. But she still voted against it.
Interesting. And what was her basis? See that
cunt.
Again, that's where I differentiate from
her problem was that it was like one of her things was she's like, oh, it's going to be really noisy. I was like, okay, well, first of all, it's going to be no less noisy if there isn't a fence. So you're not changing the noise level of this thing. And I mean, I was getting very, very hot. So I ended up getting pretty pissed about this whole thing. In the end, we ended up being able to do it.
Sure.
The show was fantastic. We had more than 350 people there. It was fucking great.
So she complains every year about Street Fest, which is an event downtown that I'm wildly involved in. And to be fair though, and I will play devil's advocate as well, because I am involved in Street Fest, which is just in a parking lot.
Mary's advocate.
And no, I'm not. She's come on now. She's a lady that has dedicated her life to being a steward of the public affairs, and for that I tip my cap to her. But anyways,
Dave, you said Jesus fucked fishes, and you're kissing Mary's wrinkly old ass.
I'm not kissing Mary's ass. I'm simply saying sometimes you get a bad rap, but it's okay. It's okay. But anyways, so we have a concert in a parking lot right over here from where we are, right downtown, right underneath the water tower. And she complains.
Dangerous. Very, very dangerous. That thing's falling over.
She complains every year. At the same time, like for the last 2 years, so I'm in charge. I'm the MC for the event, so I run the stage and make sure that everything's going and keep us on a clock so that we're getting up and doing awards when we need to and getting the bands up when we need to. And I love the company that does our sound, and I'm not going to give them a shout out because I'm just going to slightly say that this last year I said, we're going to get complaints because this is really fucking loud. And just before that happens, can we just kill it down a notch? Okay. And they said to me, well, there's an ambient, sound that comes with stages. Okay, but that's fine. But then let's go less of a stage then, so we don't have as big of an ambient sound. I'm also the guy that Junk FM looked at me and they were going to play CeeLo Green, but fuck you. And I'm on stage with Junk FM and Mo looks at me and goes, can we swear? And I go, yes. And he just turns to the crowd and goes, Councilman Bedeau says we can swear. And then starts singing, fuck you. And it is cranked to the highest fucking level it can possibly fucking be cranked to. I don't care about that. I don't care. Like I said, we're all adults and fuck all of you. That's fine. But at the same time, can we just do ourselves a favor and turn it down like one notch? Because it's not going to change the ability for people here to listen. But the guy in his house on 13th Street that is then complaining to me the next day, it does affect him. And so you get it from both sides of it. It's like, yeah, let's have a good time. But can we not?
In this particular case, it was going to make no difference if I had a fence, whether I didn't have a fence.
And I completely agree with you that that is a you shouldn't even have to show up for that.
So
show up because you need to show that you care about it, but you shouldn't have to show up for that. That is a slam dunk.
I was very angry.
Yeah, it's a business trying to make money.
I decided that I was going to run for city council
specifically because of this
against Mary Cope.
Oh yeah, there's a problem.
I was going to run.
She kicked your ass.
That's because
I was going to run.
She's a professional.
I was going to run a completely negative campaign.
Oh, okay.
So my campaign promise. Well, first of all, my slogan was "I'm not Mary Cope." Right. That was it. That was my yep.
And should have got you 2/3 of the vote.
Oh, right there. Yep. Say nope to cope. That was another one. Yep.
That's a Leslie Nope sign right there.
I was so fucking pissed, and I was going to build. But the biggest thing was I was going to build a float for the 4th of July parade.
Did you need a permit for it?
No, but I
just $100.
I was gonna have this trailer, and I was gonna put a chain link fence around the trailer, with
which she's
barbed wire
known for.
on the top of it.
So she's
right?
known for putting
and
a
I was
fence around
gonna
her yard
stand
for the
in
parade.
the center of it, and basically just say, don't be fenced in by Mary Cope. She's the dumb bitch that puts a fucking barbed wire on the top of her chain link fence on 4th of July. So this
She
bitch lives
doesn't
right
actually use
on.
barbed wire.
She did one year, and it made national news because the fucking city of Brainerd only gets on national news when one of our people does something ridiculously stupid. Fucking cunt. Shoot, I'm gonna leave that in there. Okay. Okay. How about the pot brownie story
Yes.
from one? I wanted to tell you the edibles story.
Yes.
So so as you know, I train a lot doing jujitsu, and this was it's quite a few years ago now. I at the time owned a little coffee shop, the E Squared at the time, and I was training in St. Cloud quite a bit, and I was down there training with Brock and a bunch of the guys, and I was training with this one kid. I'll just say his name was Isaac, but he was a super tough kid. You remember him, right? Yeah, just a monster. A super tough kid, just super athletic. And we're working out one day, and he says, God, I just hate doing this cardio unless I'm high. And I was like, what? I mean, he's like a, pretty, not top level athlete in the scope of the world, but a top level athlete for our little little pond. And I was like, what? You get high? That seems so counter, productive for, aren't you worried about your lungs and shit? You're a top level athlete. He's like, no, I don't smoke it. I use this vape thing. I use this thing. And I said, oh, okay, I guess I can grok that. That's pretty cool. And then he's like, yeah, you don't get high. And I said, no, I've always had like an allergic reaction to marijuana, and I've tried it a few times in my life, but a few 100 times in my life, but yeah. I'm just no good at it. It makes me drool. I get super stupid.
It's really not for me
really
either.
dizzy.
But I not that I'm sure as hell not against it.
No, not against it at all.
But
legalize it. I feel like
sure.
for some people it's great, but for me personally, I don't get a good reaction out of it.
Well, it makes me shy. I don't like.
Dude,
I just retreat back to my.
Like my mouth will sag open. I'll start drooling outside of my mouth. I can't form a sentence. It's an allergic reaction. So he's like, well, one of the best things about this is that I get this byproduct, and I make this butter, and then I cook with it. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm like, I've heard about edibles. I've never had one. And he goes, yeah, it's a totally different reaction than smoking it. And he's like, I'll make you a brownie. And I'm like, all right, sounds great. Months go by, right? And I, hadn't seen him or whatever. And I'm sitting there working one day, and Brock Larson comes walking into my coffee shop, and he's got this little box for me. And he comes in, and I'm working behind the bar, and he's like, Isaac gave this to me. And I was like, oh, my brownie. And he goes, I don't want to know about it. I don't want to know. And he's like, and I was like, thanks, bro. And he's like, and he's all pissed off because he realizes it probably had something illicit, but he didn't want to know it, and then he runs off. So a couple days go by because I wanted to save it up. I didn't want to do it that night because I was busy. So I waited for a night I had. It was like a Sunday night. I didn't have the kids at home, and I was just gonna sit there, and I was gonna eat this brownie, and I was gonna do some work on my computer.
And watch your television.
Right. Well, I was gonna work on my computer. And at the time, I had this roommate, Sam, and Sam was like the best roommate. He was super respectful of my space. If my door was open, he'd come in and talk to me. But if my door wasn't open, he would never knock or anything. And he was super clean in the communal areas and everything. And I just love Sam. So anyway, I eat the brownie, and I'm sitting there and I'm working on my computer. And about 20-25 minutes go by, and I think this sucks. I don't feel anything. Okay. And at the time, I had a small room, and my bed there was the end of my bed, and then my computer was set up, my desk was set up, so I was actually sitting on my bed working on my computer, right? And all of a sudden, Sam comes home and he walks in and he sees my doors open and he walks in and he goes, and I was like, oh fuck, you know, and I'm like, Sam is an alien, and he just keeps talking in this fucking crazy. I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ, and I don't say anything, and I'm looking up at him, and apparently there's drool coming out of my mouth, and finally he just like gives me a weird look, and he shuts my light off, and he shuts my door, and I immediately just I fall like straight backwards, and I pass out, right? And the next day, I wake up. My legs have been dangling off the edge of the bed for 8 to 10
You're not
hours
falling
or
asleep
whatever.
like that before. They're dead as shit.
Totally dead.
Crawling
and
around.
I have to. I have all my clothes. I'm still wearing my glasses. And like, I also think, did I piss myself? No, that's actually just the drool. Because I was literally in a puddle of drool, and I had to piss so bad. So I like go to get up. Nothing, right? I am army crawling to the bathroom, right? And Sam comes out of the bedroom and he's like, and he looks at me. And he's a big ginger, you know, big belly. He comes out of the bedroom. He's scratching his belly and he's like, "What did you do last night?" I was like, "Help me get to the bathroom." I'm like literally crawling to the bathroom, and he like kind of grabs me by the back of the shirt and he helps drag me to the bathroom. I finally get in there, take this, come back out, still hardly have my legs. And he's like, so I sit down at the table and he's like, "Dude, what did you do last night? I have never seen anybody so fucked up in my life." And I was like, "Oh my God, my buddy Isaac gave me this brownie." And he's like, "Oh, like a pop brownie?" And I was like, "Oh, apparently I don't know." And I ate it. And he goes, "Well, how much of it did you eat?" And I'm like, "Dude, it was one brownie. I ate the whole thing." And he goes, "You can't eat the whole thing, you know?" And I was like, "Well, it didn't come with fucking directions. It was a one brownie." I mean, what, like it didn't say like, you know, cut in 7 sections or anything. No, I ate the fucking whole brownie. But that is a crazy thing. I mean, like, that is not, like, I've been high and I drool and I don't, but that is like, that's tripping, dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so there's yet another way to reduce Matt to a drooling vegetable.
Doesn't take a whole hell of a lot.
You know, but hey, it's not like you've got Stearns County syndrome.
So this next clip is from a comedian named Adrian Washington, who is just blowing up right now. He's in St. Cloud. He came up with another friend of ours, Tony Brown, and he was just you know, kind of hung out, and then he jumped on the last bit of the podcast. But he's a professional comic and just a funny motherfucker. So watch this. Welcome back to Spitballing. I'm Matt Taylor here with my good buddy
Kyle Amundsen.
And we have our second guest of the evening, Adrian Washington, in the house. How you doing, Adrian?
I'm good. This is good shit.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming up and hanging out with us. Tony, that was nice to hear you over there giggling while we had Tony on. Yeah.
I know what you mean, though, because usually you don't have an audience. It's like, it's weird. And being a comic, I'm like, I need fucking immediate feedback.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So if nobody laughs, then I'm like, oh fuck, that joke was a bomb.
Right.
You know, because Kyle doesn't laugh at a lot of my jokes. But I
noticed that.
Well, it's just because he's fucking not listening. He don't listen to a fucking word I say.
I'm busy. I'm thinking about my next joke.
That's
right. So he's got his own joke.
That's exactly. We always say. I always can tell when Kyle's coming up with a joke because it looks like he's gonna poop. He gets this.
Because I'm super easy to read. So he's always like, "I knew you had something." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I did."
And it's
funny.
it's about an 80% likelihood it's gonna be something about fucking your cousin. That's like,
well, man, the inbreeding shit, man. Like,
I mean, you from up here, so you've seen it.
Yeah, you know, it's
Stearns County syndrome. That's real shit.
So, Adrian, you are a stand-up comic.
I am. I have been for quite a while now. I started actually February 24th will make 16 years, man.
16 years just doing stand-up, and that's been your like main line of work?
No. Fuck no. I sold weed for a little while.
Well,
had a job. Took money from women. No, actually, I just quit my job. It'll be 2 years on the 21st of this month.
That you've been just
Been
being
doing it full time.
stand up full time.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, because wife and kids, man, you got to really know you're gonna make money. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like my wife, and I'm the diva in the fucking relationship. She just looks like it. I'm the one that spends money like it. Like I just know I'm gonna get it again.
So that's how you know Tony, because you were like, fucking, I gotta buy her a ring.
Everybody asked that. They're like, so all this shit, because I talk about my wife a lot in my set. They're like, do you have to buy something every time? I said, nah, it's cheaper just to get it drunk than she'll remember none of it.
Oh yeah. No, I think that's very true.
Gotta keep it moving.
So you like go all over the place,
Yeah.
and to do stand up.
Yeah, I'm based out of St. Cloud, man. You can find my dates on funnymanadrian.com. That's my website. But yeah, I've been all over. I toured the nation. I actually went up to Canada. I took third place in a festival in Canada in May.
Cool.
Yep. So I performed. I toured in Canada for a week. So weed's legal. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I realized then I shouldn't eat edibles when I was driving from Canada.
Oh no, nobody should eat edibles.
Oh, fuck, especially driving.
Well, really, I can't even imagine that. I can't even imagine eating an edible and driving.
Well, because it would take you fucking like a month to drive out of Canada that way, man. It's not like other shit.
I got a joke about it, man. I tell people, I said I was in like a 60 mile per hour zone, man. I had cruise control set at 37 because 35 felt too slow, but 40 fucking felt like tunnel vision. Like I was just like, I can't control this car. Yeah, it was bad. And I don't usually do edibles, but my wife's from out west. She's from Olympia, Washington, so she's like my weed guinea pig.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Because she's been doing it way longer than me. So I'll usually have her try the shit. And if she's like, I'm high as shit, I'm like, nah, that ain't my brand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or if she hits it 4 times and she's super high, I'm like, okay, that's a one puffer for me. You know what I mean? I'm the drinker of the relationship. I'm like, I know if I fucking take 3 shots, what that's going to do to me.
Yeah, man, that was super awesome to have Adrian on. We have got to have that cat back.
Yeah, what a fucking funny guy, and and getting his now, like awesome. He just, that sold out.
Yeah, he's
show
just exploding. Yeah, he had a sold out show on New Year's Eve. It was awesome. It's really fun to. One of the things I just absolutely love about doing the show is getting to meet people and have these in depth conversations with people that I don't really know. But also, it's really fun to get together with people that you do know really well and you have this history with. And in this episode, this is the episode with Abby Getz, and she tells this fucking brutal story,
a very serious story to a couple of
fucking
jerk-offs that can't take anything seriously.
And we basically make jokes the entire time through this incredibly tragic story, making it listenable.
and Abby is dope as fuck, so she doesn't give a fuck.
No, she's
joking with us.
She was swinging. I mean, she was swinging. So
this is a great episode.
I'm only gonna play.
Her story is fucking mind blowing.
Yes, I'm only gonna play a little bit of this for you guys because it's worth listening to in its entirety because her story is fucking magnificent. So check this out, Abby Getz. Abby, you the reason that we talked originally about having you on the show today is
November's abortion month.
I think it's adoption month.
It is.
It is.
It's National Adoption Awareness Month.
I'm pretty sure it's also abortion month.
This year, Saturday, November 23rd, is National Adoption Day.
Okay.
Which is a special day they set aside for kids from foster care who are being adopted. They do special adoptions that Saturday just for that.
Huh. And you have kind of a fucking crazy story.
I do.
That involves adoption.
I like crazy stories.
I do. So as most of you know, I'm adopted. I was adopted when I was 18 months old, and I started out as a foster child. So do you want me just to dig right in?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Did you have like a tough background before that? Were you like living on the streets, getting in all kinds of trouble, into drugs, stuff like that?
When she was 18 months old?
Yes.
Yeah, she was
I wasn't.
She was an infant heroin
but my
addict.
caretakers may have been.
I know some tough kids, man.
So, I mean, we're talking late 1970s. I wasn't like your traditional adoption back then where woman got pregnant, didn't want the baby, so she gave it up right away.
Right. Leaves it on the doorstep of a
fire station or something. Yeah. No, that wasn't me. No, my mom took me home, wanted to raise me thought that she was going to have this great life with her new baby. She married a guy who was not my biological dad. And he was in the Navy out in Whidbey Island in Washington State. And they were raising me. She went out one night with some friends, left me home alone with him. He apparently had a history of abuse and violence, both as an abuser and an abused child. And he called her at this friend's house at like 10:30 that night and said, "You have to come home. There's something wrong with the baby." So she comes home, and I was in the crib, not moving. My head was misshapen. And so she called the ambulance, and they took me to the local hospital on Whidbey Island. And then I was airlifted to, I think it's Bellevue, Washington, where there was a major hospital. But what happened was I was crying. He couldn't he couldn't console me.
So you were a brat.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
So he brought his mag light in the bedroom to check on me and beat me over the head with it until I stopped crying.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Did you ever apologize to him for fucking up his night like that?
He tried to get me to.
No fucking way.
I'm not even kidding.
People are fucking weird, man.
Right?
Whew. Yeah, so Abby's writing a book, and which you've read a few chapters of already.
Yeah,
I'm excited to read. It's going to be a great story. Yeah, so she was supposed to be like handicapped,
pretty much retarded. Yeah,
and I went and I made a comment about with her reading the book or her writing the book and her supposed to be like handicapped and stuff. I made a comment later about her being one magnet away from being the next Tolstoy. But Abby is not sensitive and did not give a fuck. Just enjoyed the joke.
She was super awesome. Speaking of sensitive, we got asked to do to help with a fundraiser for the We Are Clinic, which is about reproductive rights, and they asked us to go and be their celebrity bartenders and to do a podcast there and stuff. And I was a little confused because I was like, have you fucking watched the show? Like, seriously, we are the least, politically correct people that I could possibly think of.
Which, kudos to them for choosing us.
Yeah. Or kudos for them for not doing their research.
Who the fuck we are, yeah. But it was a good time. I love that. We had a great time.
That said, we did have an awesome time. And this next clip is with the director of the We Are Clinic, Sue Hadland.
Now, one of the things about like just being comfortable in front of people and being good at talking and stuff is sometimes shit just falls out. Sometimes you start a story and sometimes you get kind of hung up because you're you start talking and you're like, shit. Can I finish this story? Like, how do I go? Where do I go from here?
Where do I go
happens
from here?
Sometimes.
So this is where I got painted into a corner, and I think you'll enjoy it. So if people want to, support We Are, how do they do that?
Well, several ways. Of course, we are happy to take a contribution and that can be designated toward something, toward education, toward our education program in Pequot Lakes, where we're bringing a Twin Cities theater group up to talk to middle schoolers about how to make the adjustments into junior high and high school. They could support long-acting birth control. They could give us $1,000 and that would buy an intrauterine device or a Nexplanon. So we are willing to take cash donations. They can send it to We Are. They can stop by the clinic and drop it off. The other thing that they can do is that they can be open and understanding, and they can let people know that they support accurate medical information and good health care in this community.
Now, how targeted can those donations be? Like, if you know a particular teenager, can you just like give the donation like in their name and just say, make sure that kid doesn't breathe?
Right.
Asking for a friend.
just asking for a friend. I've heard this before.
I would like to purchase 27 chastity belts. That would be great.
That's a sideline we haven't gotten into yet.
I don't think I've ever told this story in front of people before. No.
I love it when you start stories like that.
So when I was about 17 is when I had my first like real active girlfriend, right? And like had that where we were actually like having the sex, and we're being careful and all that. But I don't think she was enjoying. I don't think she liked it. You know what I mean? Like I was like, and my buddy who was quite a bit older than me, at the time, he was like, "Hey, how's it going with I'm not gonna say her name." And I was like, "It's going all right, I think." And he goes, "Oh yeah, you guys, And I was like, "Well, yeah, but I don't really think she likes it." He's like, "Well, what do you mean?" Well, what do you do? What happens when you have oral sex with her? I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Oh Jesus!" So like for the next 3 hours.
You did your research. You were doing research.
There was a whiteboard, like detailed drawings, like prescribed techniques. At one point, there was an apple. I didn't have to do any. Just like he was like showing on an apple, and I was like, and I think my sexual partners from that point forward really owe Aaron a big thank you. So if you want to send Aaron anything, he's the one who made it happen.
Oh dear.
I joke about it, but I mean, well, it seriously happened. But also, like, it's
judging
also
by
like,
my record, if you have Aaron's number, I should probably still give him a call.
You might want to. I think he does. I think that's what he does for a living. But like, even though at the age of 16, 17, like I understood how to have sex, I didn't understand how to
the mechanics.
Just the mechanics. I didn't understand how to enjoy sex,
and that
or
may
how
be,
to help my partner enjoy sex. How to like, I mean, that was simple things like that. The advice he gave me was stuff like, ask her how she feels. Oh, isn't that awkward?
I say if you can't talk about it, you really shouldn't be doing it.
Right.
And there are a lot of young people who are having sex who feel uncomfortable about it, and they sometimes want permission to say, no, you don't have to do this.
Yeah.
You can hold off for a while.
Yeah.
And wait until this is right for you.
I don't like that. Don't do it. Or hey, but even, and I think that we kind of have a stereotype that this happens more with women than with men, but I think it happens as much with men, is to say, I like that. This feels good to me. I want that. Yeah. But I think with women too, especially, that can be a real issue, that they don't want to like come. And I felt like at that young age of 17, I was like given permission to do that, and yeah. And so I think that is important, not just like how to be safe and how to like whatever, but how to like actually have a like a sexual language, how to like it's okay
one
to
of
say.
the other things that we have at the clinic is a library, and we have
Kama Sutra.
We have a whole lot of books,
Penthouse forums,
a lot of books. Now
you can
stop
hit
it.
him. You can hit him at any time. It is completely
no physical abuse.
No, it's not.
Sorry, it's the kombucha talking.
Have you seen the size of him? You can't hit him. You can just wail away. That was just so much fun with Sue. I can't believe I painted myself in the corner.
She was great.
So a couple days after that, I got a phone call from Meta, and she wanted me to bring her coffee over to the school. She was working at the school, and I go in, and her coworker is like just giggling and like whatever. And Meta says, "Well, just ask him." And I'm like, "Ask me what?" And she goes, "I was just wondering if you would teach a class." And I said, "Well, you mean like a self-defense class, or like a I'd be willing to teach like a self-defense class." And she's like, "No, I was thinking for our husbands." And I said, and you okay? So the funny thing is, guys, is that like I'm pretty open about talking about pretty much anything with headphones on and a microphone in front of me.
Right.
But I get really embarrassed.
You put on the spot in front of real people.
I turn red and I get really embarrassed, and I started to blush, and I said, "I have a whiteboard," and then left. It was great. Well, that's our show for you today, guys. We have a couple more clips we're going to take you out with, but there's just a few things we wanted to discuss beforehand. So what did you have on your list there, buddy?
Just guess that, there's people that we've meant to get on already. It's tough to schedule. It's really, growing up life sucks like that. It's tough to schedule shit. But I just wanted to mention a few people that you'll see on the show soon. Of course, one is our great baller in chief, Eric Anderson, great friend of the show. We got to get him on. Joe Radinovich. I've talked to Joe about coming on the show when he's down.
I saw he commented on one of our things, which that's pretty cool.
And
So
Joe's great. I've known Joe since he was probably 14 or so. Super interesting cat, really smart guy. Former rep from my area. Matias Latore, my buddy from Chile. He's got an interesting story. He's an interesting guy. Can't wait to get him on. Former Miss Minnesota Savannah Cole.
Yes.
Savannah does a lot of shit. She's an interesting girl.
Yeah, she's into the jits.
Yeah, well, I don't know. She was for a while anyway. But
whatever. Anybody who spent some time choking the shit out of people, I want to talk to them.
And she was a Miss Minnesota, country singer, dance teacher, bouncer. She's done some cool shit. Also Chris Macy, who's a legal aid lawyer and a very smart guy. Big fan. Can't wait to get him on. That'll be fun. I'm talking to my buddy Dave Flyshocker about he just dropped a ton of weight and like made some attempts, finally was very successful at it and has some stuff I'd like to talk to him about. I'd like to, maybe put together a show on that sort of thing. There's a couple of like combined shows that I'd like to see if we can pull off.
Right.
Of course,
that has worked though, where we've done well. Yeah, but you have to remember, we don't have to do them all in one shot.
That's true.
So we could do a show.
Yeah, we can collect a piece here and a piece there, and we together.
And we wouldn't even necessarily need to. Yeah, we could do that with the movie magic.
Yeah. My buddy Tony Warren is back in the States.
Cool.
He's the guy that I was like, yeah, I got to go right now. I was talking to him, and he's like, I got to go. He was about to walk into a strip club in like Kamchatka or some shit like that.
Kamchatka.
I don't even remember where the fuck it was, but he was overseas working as a contractor, and for the government, and. Yeah, it's he's got some stories, and he's an interesting guy as well. How many times have I said interesting guy? Damn it!
Yeah,
and of course, we got to get Brock back on too.
Oh yeah, Brock for sure. Like I said, we're probably going to go down there and do him.
Are we ever?
Yeah, and then I definitely want to get this kid Sea Monster on, whose name escapes me because. Fuck. That's the problem with Brock. He gives people nicknames.
So Sea Monster is not his name?
I thought it was his name for a really long time, and I had no idea what his real name is. I do know what his real name is. It just isn't coming to me. Cody. Cody is his real name. Super cool kid. He's the fucking security analysis.
Yeah.
And he lives out of state now, but is going to be coming back.
And I've got stuff that I want to talk to him about. Just shit from the news and stuff like that made me think about him. Because we talked about having him on. Yeah, absolutely.
And then and then before Dr. Gibbons runs off, we need to have, and I don't know if we necessarily need to do a whole show with him, but we have to talk to him about some stuff. And I'm going to get into it just very briefly right now because I kind of promised that I would. But I don't know if you guys remember, I was whining about my elbow, right? I had just like this ridiculous tennis elbow, and it was just killing me. And Sam, who is, again, we say it all the time, the smartest motherfucker we know, he was doing some research into some different things that he thought might be able to help me. And he came across this thing called PBC 157. Okay, I don't want to get too technical, but you can just Google that, PC 157. And basically what it is it's a peptide. So in the human body, in all mammal bodies, you have a lining in your stomach, right? And the lining of your stomach is essentially made out of something that is a lot like a ligament or a tendon. It's like this sac, right? And your stomach acid is constantly trying to eat its way out of your stomach. And there's the substance on the inside of the stomach that protects
like children
the wall
do to
of
your scrotum sac.
Yes, exactly like that. So the stomach acid is trying to eat its way out of your stomach. And there's this peptide that's on the inside of your stomach that constantly heals the stomach lining. Okay? So it heals faster than the stomach acid can eat it out. Pretty remarkable shit. If you don't have it, you get a fucking ulcer and die. Okay. Now, it's a peptide. So if you get like a upset tummy, right, you might take Pepsid AC. And what Pepsid AC does is it ups that peptide in your stomach. Okay. So a while ago, 20 years ago, some crazy mad scientist said, hey, I wonder what would happen if we pulled that peptide out and we took a little mouse and we crushed its tendon. He was a fucking masochist. And then injected that peptide into that tendon. And lo and behold, the fucking mouse got better. All right. So I don't want to make any claims, but this has been studied pretty extensively. And there is a kind of a community of people that have been using it to heal from tendon and ligament injuries. And it's totally legal. It's actually not even something that can be really made illegal because it's a really simple substance. It's a chain of amino acids that essentially like a third year chemistry student could put together in a, without any effort. Now, Sam did some research on it, sent me a link to it.
So we don't have to harvest it from cadavers?
No, it's actually created.
Fuck.
I know, it's unfortunate. Yeah. Though also a possibility. Yeah, no, you can create it in a lab. It's super easy. You can order it. It's a little tricky, but you can order it online. And it's cheap. Like it's like a bottle of it's like $60 and you have to go through this whole process anyway. It's a little weird. You take the stuff, you reconstitute it, and you inject it right into the joint, right into the area that hurts. And you do it with a little tiny insulin needle, and you do it as a subcutaneous injection, so it means it just goes just under the skin. You're not jabbing it in there or anything like that. So, it was early December. This arm was killing me. I'd been going to physical therapy. Nothing was working. They were talking about a year of recovery. And I was starting to really feel some depression about it. I hadn't been able to train jiu-jitsu. I hadn't really trained jiu-jitsu since late October, maybe. And
I would be horrified. And number 2 on my list would be not being able to train jiu-jitsu.
Right. I was horrified. And I mean, it was so bad that I couldn't like physically pick my coffee cup up and bring it up to my mouth without like feeling like excruciating pain in my elbow. It's perfect. I got this stuff early December. I've been doing this injection twice a day, and my arm is 90% better.
Damn.
When I pick up my coffee cup today and I squeeze, right, I can feel just a little bit of pain in my elbow, but there's no strength reduction, right? And when I went in for the physical therapy, when I did the little squeeze test, my right arm was 25% of my left arm, which my left arm is my weak arm. And I haven't done the test again, but I am betting I can squeeze just as hard with my right as my left. This shit is fucking amazing. Again, I'm not making any medical claims. It is something that if you have a tendon or ligament injury, I would encourage you to look into. And I don't want to get too geeky, but there's also another one now that I've started called TB500. Okay, TB500. It's also a peptide. I haven't done as much research about it, but this one has been more rigorously researched. There's more, like this. This first one is pretty new, and there's not a lot out there about it. The 500 is already a banned substance in sports. So, if you are a competitive athlete and you take it, it'll show up on a test. But it's also not illegal. You can buy it, and it's in a lot of things. It's in a lot of like supplements that you'll take. But it's kind of the same thing. You can order the peptide itself. You can inject it if you want to, but you can also just take it orally. So you just squirt it in your mouth, essentially, is what you do with it. That one has real similar properties, but it's body-wide, and it helps heal wounds, soft tissue, muscle growth, that kind of thing. I feel like we're entering into a new realm of like personalized medicine today. I think we're starting to really understand more about the way the body works and the way different things act upon the body. And I'm just really encouraged about it. But the biggest thing is...
Good, because I'm at the doctor too fucking much lately.
Yeah. Well, the biggest thing is, man, is that like I felt like I was facing the end of my physical career. the pain was so bad that like it was miserable to do anything, like drive my car, let alone go and try to do anything physical. And I'm so fucking excited to get back in the gym. So Joe Giuseppe, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, motherfucker. And I'm also going to bring you I'm going to bring you some BP C157 so you can heal you back up, so it's not unfair when I kick your ass. So that was it. That's all I wanted to say about that. I definitely want to have Sam on because he is the one who turned me onto it, and that motherfucker researches like a maniac. So we can have more of an intellectual conversation about it. that sounded like a slam.
No, I don't fucking. I don't think about that shit.
I know, like we do it to each other, and it really is just one way. Well, not really. Sometimes you slam me too, but I like putting you down. Like in this public forum, it's fun. And we were at the birthday party the other day, and you said something, and I had a good zing, and everybody was like, "Whoa!" And I was like, "It's not. It's love. It's love."
Well, I think because people are, I think overall people don't have enough of that in their lives.
Yeah.
I think people are too fucking sensitive about that shit.
Way too sensitive.
Like in case anybody missed it. We have this ridiculous like mutual admiration society. We know if you've watched that fucking podcast that we're ridiculous like that. So like, just because we might poke fun at each other, it doesn't fucking mean like.
No, I honestly, it's quite the opposite.
Right.
Like I only poke fun at the people I love.
Yeah.
If I fucking don't like you, well, actually, wait.
You know what?
Wait, David Doe. For the most part, I only poke fun at people I love, and if I don't love you, like actually that people would always say that about my mom too. Like my mom would be super mean.
Yeah, she doesn't mess with you.
But she was really only mean to the people she loved. I mean, if she didn't like you, she wouldn't talk to you.
She must have super loved Jenkins.
Yeah, she did. Oddly enough, she did. You know,
Jenkins is a lovable chap.
If that would ever be a possibility, he could be on my eventual wish list to have on the show. That might be a fucking interesting one, but it would. He is the most intelligent human I've ever met.
He's a fucking.
I mean, genius is like
a oddly compartmentalized brain.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculously. I'm just a fucking brilliant person here. And maybe not even that compartmentalized, because I was thinking about social skills and stuff, but that's not, social skills sometimes get confused with like being a giver of fucks, and Jenkins don't give any fucks.
He doesn't give any fucks at all.
No fucks to give.
I've always like thought that maybe he just like sits at home and thinks of really like horrible things to say. But the last time I saw Eric, and I haven't seen him for a long time, we used to hang out all the time. But really since the Shine closed, we haven't seen each other. But I was at Home Depot the other day, or maybe it was Menards. I can't remember. I know one of them he'll never step foot in. I can't remember which one it was. Or maybe is not allowed. It's hard to say. But I was standing in an aisle looking at something, and all of a sudden I hear somebody walks up behind me and he goes, "I thought I smelled cunt." I was like, Jesus Christ.
Nice to see you too.
I was like, Eric, how you been? Good to see you. Awesome. So yeah. So welcome to 2020. I think this is gonna be a great fucking year.
The year of the Spitballers.
Yeah. Year of the Spitballers.
So to close us out, we've got a clip from another clip from Abby's episode.
Abby. Yeah, this is the best. This is the best goodbye I think we've ever had on the show. And then right after that, I'm going to take you into a closing clip with our good friend Seth Dowd, and he plays one of our favorite songs, "Goodbye." So we will see you guys next week. Anything else?
No, thanks for having me on, guys.
You
This
are
was
welcome.
Great.
Thanks for coming in.
I appreciate it.
Awesome.
That's fun.
Adopt, don't shop. Applies to kids too.
November's abortion month.
Abort, don't snort.
If you snort, abort.
That's not a bad logo.
Hey, I'm
Just swallow. That's the easiest way to take care of it.
Snap! And we're out.
The song is called Goodbye. This is a breakup song from back in the day. We don't need any details. I wrote this living out in Montana. I knew I had a bunch of shit to write about. probably like 2007, and I moved out there and only spent a few months there, and I came back with my first record. I wrote it in a period of 2 or 3 days. I was living in a walk-in closet with like 6 other dudes, but right on the ski mountain, and I didn't know the guys that well, so I spent a lot of time in this little closet, and I had a lot of shit on my mind, and I went there, and within 3 days I wrote the album, and I was just like, I'm ready to go home, and I was just ready to leave and be home.
This is another one of my personal favorites, and I just want to tell you that, like many people, I've enjoyed your heartbreak over the years so much. You write such beautiful stuff. It's
If this next album sucks, we're gonna definitely break you up.
Yeah. I think it'll be all right.
From what I've heard so far, it's very good.
Should be all right. I just, I can't promise it'll be sad. This is Goodbye. Been a long, long time since I've had you from my mind, but I think tonight's the night I'll set this down. 'Cause you were cold and sweet and everything between, but to my last love, goodbye. And I'm gonna lay you down for good, just like we said I should, but know how hard I tried. To you, my love, goodbye. Bye, goodbye. You always were so true. Just know that I loved you, but I'm gonna try to do this on my own. Yeah. And I know that's hard to believe, 'cause you supported me, and I let you run my whole life. And I'm gonna lay this down for good, just like we said I should. And what I mean is, God, I'm gonna try. To you, my love, goodbye. Bye, goodbye. And every little thing that I do, hold a piece of you, the part tonight that I can't set down. And there'll be so many little things you changed, but I'll stay the same. To you, my love, I'd never blame. And when if I finally even lay you down for good, just like we said I should, know how hard it was. And I hope like you for me, and I will hold a little space inside your mind from time to time. And I will erase, I'm gonna erase every little soft thought, and I'll just dwell on your grace. To you, my love, goodbye. Goodbye to my true love, to my last love. Goodbye, bye, bye. Goodbye, bye, bye. Goodbye, hey, hey, hey. Goodbye, bye. Goodbye, bye, bye. To my true love, to my long last love.
feels so fucking good.
This is not. This isn't good on a podcast because I'm fucking speechless.